Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Keegz, and welcome to podcast number 36 on the 25th of the 1st, 2016. I'm joined tonight with, of course, Xenon.
I am here. Hello, everybody.
Also joined
damn it.
with
It
Focus.
did fuck me. Hang on. Stop. Hang on. Oh. Where the hell is that? I've got a plug in my headphones and I don't know where it is.
Oh dear.
Every time it fucking fucks me. God damn. Hang on. I'll just...
Good evening, good
I thought
morning,
I
good
muted
afternoon,
everything,
everybody.
but
My
apparently
name's Keegz, and welcome to
Close all
podcast
of the
number...
things.
There it is. Bloody Mozilla fucked me this time. I didn't realise I had it open, but I did. Sorry. As you were, Keegz. Technical issues.
Are we still
as
streaming?
always. Yes, we are still streaming, but it's just... I had it playing
Okay.
again in the background. Sorry.
Yes, I am here. Hello everyone.
Yes, Focus is also here. He's sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Different.
You know, I actually sat down and went,
Started to.
right, I'm going to make sure that nothing's going to play in the background. We won't get the usual fuck up of having the sound looping over and over and over. And of course, I missed one.
Well,
So, fuck.
well, never break a tradition.
That's right. People would be worried if we didn't fuck something up.
Yeah.
If we didn't turn up late and, you know, fucking with technical issues, then
Oh,
people would wonder
this
what...
isn't late.
Well, actually, we're quite early. We're
It's fi-
25 minutes
It's
late.
5 past. Yeah. It's early compared to our usual
Yeah,
standard.
it kinda
Blame
is.
that on Mozilla.
Yep, I'm blaming Mozilla. Fucking Mozilla. God damn it.
Is that the chat?
Yeah.
Alright.
Is what the chat.
Keegz has got the chat up on screen. I was wondering if that's what it was.
Oh, fancy.
Seems that there's been an awful lot of chatting going on that I haven't been reading.
Carlo and Vince
Pre-show
and
banter.
all have all been having have a good
Hi
talk.
Carlo, hi Vince.
The regulars.
Times.
I like how Vince refers to me as your brother. Thanks buddy.
You know you've made it when you're referenced in reference to someone else.
Xenon's brother.
You know,
Yeah.
that guy that's related to Xenon.
Yeah.
Who
Shows
we
up
do
on
not
the
name.
podcast occasionally.
Oh dear. What has been going on this week, Keegz? Just in general, not even gaming related.
In general, not a lot really.
What's happening? What's
Getting ready for
new?
Australia Day.
What's new in 2016?
Australia Day tomorrow.
Australia
Oh,
Day.
yeah.
What you
We
been
should
doing?
have-
Australians.
We should have done some sort of Australia Day related podcast. Really.
Well, if it was on Australia Day, I probably would have
No.
done.
Nobody,
if it
nobody
was on-
cares about Australia.
If it was on Australia Day, we'd probably be too drunk.
Well,
That's true.
that's no different to normal podcasts, really.
Touche.
I sit to you here in front of a Scotch and lemonade with no fucking ice in it.
Oh my god, it's like
I told you could use the icy poles as ice.
It is a warm Scotch and lemonade.
what you should have
Put
done.
icy poles in it. It'll be
was-
fine.
Well, have you got any lemonade ice poles?
Oh,
You can put some
Job
lime
done.
in it. Though. You could
Job done.
Have a nice lime tinge to
I'd
your
have to
Scotch.
crawl. I'd have to like trawl through the 100 icy poles that it's got sitting in that freezer and try and find a lemonade.
They're
one.
colour coded. Like you just grab the colour you want and pull it out.
He was saying you don't even have to take it out of the plastic. You can just like sit it in there
Yeah, I think that's
like it's an umbrella.
It's
yeah,
almost like
exactly. It's
Keegz
like
is
one of
like-
those
An engineer.
ice sticks. I've
He's not an engineer.
done many things. Well, not engineer. I was about to say I've done many things I'm not proud of when it comes to cooling a drink. But we do what we must in times of need.
Oh, poor Vince. He's got a fever of 103. What's that in real temperature?
It's about 39-ish, I think.
F2C. Google will tell me. That's oh shit, 39.4.
Oh.
That's pretty fucking high.
Yeah, told it.
Are you alive?
Are you
You
alive?
still alive?
Poor Vince.
Body
he-
temperature's 38, about.
36, isn't it?
It's 36. I know if you get up to about 40 C, then you're probably dead.
Well, if you're up around 40,
Vince,
you should
you're getting
definitely
close,
go to
Vince.
hospital.
Yeah. Try not to die during the podcast. We need as many viewers as we can get.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
as long
leave
as he
till
doesn't-
after, please.
As long as he doesn't log out, we'll be okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Still
It's,
counts.
it's still a number.
So don't slump down on your keyboard, accidentally logging out. That would be bad.
He would not help you cool your drink.
Don't even let him hold it.
Yeah.
Warm that shit up.
Poor Vince. What else is going on, ladies? Anything else?
Keegz turned up for the podcast with a spare drink. I thought that was a fantastic idea.
Yeah, I'm always attuned.
YouTube
I
pricks.
still have to
So I
go
went
and
and
get another one.
I went and got a spare one of my own.
YouTube pricks turned up the podcast with 1 minute to go, and then went, "Oh, yeah. What are the topics for this week?" It's like, "Oh, you motherfuckers!"
I know.
Can I
I was
e-slap you?
saying that as I was looking
I was
at them.
busy drinking in the lounge room.
Motherfucker.
I did kind of read them before I left the house,
It's like,
and I went.
yes.
To be honest, I sort of said to myself, "What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is."
To be honest, there's not really much to talk about. There's not a lot happening.
There's
this
not
month.
been a lot happening, has there? There's actually more
It's the
happening in the last
quiet
podcast than this podcast. You'd think things would be ramping up as the year goes on, but no.
But no,
No,
No.
it's dead this week, so...
Christmas is
it's
over.
not even February yet. I mean, as the year goes on, it's a bit rich.
I don't think there's Easter sales or anything, so they're probably not trying to put their games out before Easter.
Yeah.
So.
Why is Easter gaming a thing?
Why is Christmas gaming a thing? Why is anything,
Is it
any
a
sort
thing?
of sale,
Well,
any excuse for a sale?
You buy presents for people at Christmas. You don't buy presents for people at Easter.
Apparently, you do.
Maybe it could be a chocolate game.
Maybe those games contain Easter eggs.
Oh, it could be a game about Jesus.
Jesus. Well, I suppose it could be. Are there any playable games about Jesus?
Oh, there is actually. I actually attempted to play one and I cried trying to play it. I can't remember what it's called now.
An Easter game.
No, it was a game
Jesus
solely about Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Jesus.
but this guy actually makes a whole bunch of them. He made a whole bunch of weird games, and one of them was about Jesus. It's called like Repent.
No, it
Come
was
to
not
talk
about
to you
Jesus.
about
It was about
Jesus.
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 No, perfectly in sync. I love it.
We are sitting next to each other, so
Yeah.
it makes it easier. We hear things at the same time. There's no lag between us.
All right, you two talk for a second. I'll get up and close my door.
100 milliseconds of lag, actually. There's
Oh, really?
episode
Well,
two.
between us.
Yeah. If I said it any lower...
You wouldn't play games at 100 milliseconds.
Yeah,
lag.
well, that's what the repeater is going at, 100 milliseconds, and otherwise it crashes.
Ah.
If I go any lower. My CPU cannot handle it right now, and it's running 4, so I don't want to test it.
What's running for?
See, I have a separate computer for that shit.
I'm running 4 repeaters, so I don't want to.
Oh.
I don't want to overburden it.
Don't
'Cause
touch
I
it.
tried running it. I tried running it below 100 milliseconds repeating,
Yeah,
and it doesn't like it very much.
that's a good
It
idea.
works very hard.
Fair enough.
I'm amazed that you've got 4 to work, actually, because at home, I struggled to get 2 of them to work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why.
That was before I bought the new PC, though.
Apparently it works. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even using. My clock is at 99.99830%. So
Right.
it's using fuck all.
Oh, right.
Point.
Thing is,
Oh,
Point
I
zero
see.
zero 1%.
that's all well and good, but if you try to do too many more, it'd still crash.
Oh yeah, probably. But that'd be I don't think that'd be the hardware. I think that'd be a software issue.
Yeah.
Windows going no,
Yeah.
no, stop.
No more.
There's too many things.
You need Linux.
The RAM can't keep up.
Keegz, what's your drink of choice this week?
This week? Well, that doesn't really count.
Okay, what's your drink of choice in the last 5 minutes?
NZ Pure Lager at the moment.
Not a bad beer and quite cheap.
Yeah, very cheap. Very cheap.
Very cheap.
$20 for 12.
Is it Foster's UDL or UDL cheap?
NZ Lager.
Yeah, I know what
New
it is.
Zealand.
I'm saying, is it Foster's cheap or is it UDL
It's
It's
cheap?
cheaper.
the-
It's cheaper.
But you
Jesus.
can't buy Foster's in Australia.
Yeah, I know.
Have you
but
tried?
It's like,
You
go
buy
up to the
UDL.
counter, can I have a bottle of Stella
But then
Piss,
they
please?
they won't sell you UDLs if
Okay.
you're over 17.
You can
If
buy
you-
things to buy Foster's. Yeah. Over 17.
Love. Lols. Okay, I've never had a UDL, thankfully.
Haven't you?
No. When I was in the
You
fire
were,
service...
you were never 17 then.
When I was...
Seen Red Bears.
No. I drank Bundy when I was 17. When I was in the fire service, they had a massive like fridge full of UDLs. I think somebody must have bought it at some stage and nobody drank the shit. So we had a massive
shit.
stockpile of UDLs. I think if the station ever caught on fire, we'd just like shake up cans of UDL and just spray it. It's the only time
Put it
they're
out
ever going to
in
get
the- Just
used.
stab them from the fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a I don't know what you call it, an extinguisher grenade.
Yeah.
That's it.
That would probably make the fire worse, to be honest. Anything else.
Make it stink.
It tastes like petrol.
It's the best thing you do with the UDL. Okay,
Yeah.
so Tweet your questions to @Keegz or @Xenon_ST during the podcast. Leave a comment below after the stream is ended, or you can leave a comment during the
Nobody
stream.
ever does.
Because that's most. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever left a tweet does it during the podcast. Yet the odd person who does it like afterwards, but no one's ever done it. I should change that. I'm not going to do it right now.
You guys should start tweeting us.
Yeah, somebody tweet me.
Not me, because I won't see it.
I've got Twitter open. Hang on. I actually tweeted the guy of the game we're discussing later on, just to see if he was going to, pay attention. He's probably
Jump
probably
on board the podcast.
to be honest, he's probably asleep. But
Yeah. Time zones and all that.
You guys ready to hit it?
Sure. What are we doing? Hit what? Who?
Hit
Who
it
are we hitting?
like
I don't want to hit anyone.
like a redheaded stepchild. Let's go.
What have they done to you?
These are the headlines. Yandere Sim is banned on Twitch. This didn't really surprise me, but what did surprise me is the fact that this game's not due for release until 2018.
Yeah, it's still early access, I believe. I've seen people play it.
Yeah, the guy's got, I think, he says only about 5% of the actual game, and I'm like, oh, I thought it'd be like 50% done, being greenlit and all, but, so to give you the basic rundown of what's happening is there's a game called Yandere Simulator, and if you don't know what Yandere is, it's a Japanese term for someone who is perhaps got a split personality, or someone who acts really nice but can spark and get really angry or aggressive, really quickly. Sort of like, like
There's
crazy, kind of like crazy ex-girlfriend who loves you and then stabs you in the face. So
It's bipolar.
No, kind of.
kind of bipolar, but yeah, not quite that much. Just like crazy, person who really, really loves you and therefore has to kill you type of thing. So this, Yandere Simulator joins
like stalkerish, I think.
Yeah, kind of stalkerish. Yandere Simulator is basically that. You play as a girlfriend who has a girlfriend who has a boyfriend and runs around killing.
Wants to find the senpai.
Yes, runs around killing any girls who show an interest in her boyfriend. So standard, pretty standard ex-girlfriend stuff, I would say.
Not my ex-girlfriend.
No, not mine either, but I've heard about it.
Couple of mine.
Couple of yours. So,
Do you like the crazies?
Keegz, tell me about Yandere Simulator. You did not read up on it, did you?
I'm just going off of what I've seen because it's not really a game that I was that interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that it's like a third-person, somewhat open world for the school environment. So you sort of run around the school by yourself.
I think it's kind of like an RPG. Like you run around and do
Yeah.
fetch
It's very
quests and
indie
shit.
though.
I know that the reason it was banned on Twitch was because of nudity.
Is it because of
And
nudity? There's not a lot
Yeah,
of.
it is.
Is it?
There's
Because I asked
There's
that-
a bit of
Sorry, go ahead.
there's a bit of vulgarity in it, and the fact that it's underage
Mm.
was one of the big issues.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently the developer was trying to get around that by making the blur bubbles larger, so there was less nudity to be seen, and it was also quite violent. But I think mostly it was just because of the underage element of it.
Apparently that is enough reason to be banned on Twitch. Do we know of any other games that have been banned on Twitch?
I can give you a list of games that are banned on Twitch. Would you
There's
like
a
to
list
hear
of
it?
games, yeah.
Artificial
Sure.
Academy 1 and 2, Battle Rape, BMX Triple X, Cobra Cup, Criminal Girls, Dramatic Murder, Grezzo 1 and 2, Honey Pop, Commodore, Alchemy Meister, Purin Ohuro, Rape Lay, Rinse and Repeat, Sakura Angel, Sakura Beach 1 and 2, Sakura Santa, Sakura Spirit, Sakura Fantasy, Sakura Swim Club, Second Life, The Guy Game, What's Under Your Blanket, Witch Trainer, and Yandere Simulator.
I can see why this bloody podcast is going to go on so long tonight.
We're not discussing all of those.
I didn't know that What's Under Your Blanket
That
was
is the
banned.
list.
Yeah, I didn't know that
That's
either.
something, that something just came out.
One of my friends
Do
actually.
we know why they were all
Well,
banned?
just Under Your Blanket is a game where you are laying
just under a blanket?
you are laying in bed under a blanket, and you just see it as like a side profile where you're laying on a bed and there's a door, and you're furiously masturbating under your blanket. Like you don't see anything. It's all
That's the best way to keep monsters out.
yeah, and you have to try and.
What self-respecting monster wants to bust into a...
Well, it's not monsters; it's family
Child
members.
is
You have to
furiously
stop
masturbating.
as a family member walks in, but without getting caught. It's one of those like, do it as quick as you can without being seen. Yeah, like real life. Really.
very, very much like childhood.
But yeah.
Sorry, I'm writing on. I'm writing YouTube comments.
The hentai category.
Yeah, it is a hentai, basically.
It's not.
But
It's a personality
well,
trait,
it is.
which has really got nothing to do with hentai at all.
Well, it is
Description
hentai
of a
because
personality trait.
it's that well, not that genre, but it's that characterism. Like it's drawn. As
Yeah, but
hentai.
it doesn't necessarily has to. Anime, I think you'll find.
Are there tentacles?
Hentai doesn't have to be about sex. It's just the style of
It's
cartoon.
not hentai.
Hentai is actually about sex.
It's still a style though, and that's what I'm assuming that's what he's asking because it is very much a hentai style like drawing and artistic view. And
There's
is
no-
nudity. It's just
There's no hentai.
he's blocked it.
Keegz, as a person who's watched a fuckload of anime, hentai is not a style of drawing.
Manga then. What do you?
Thank you. There we go.
I don't
hentai.
understand any of this.
Hentai is Japanese is sex basically, or nudity. It encompasses both. But yeah. So Yandere is
a
Overtly.
subgenre of Japanese genre of manga and anime characterized of overtly sexualized characters and sexually explicit images.
Yeah,
and
so it's about sex.
yeah,
It's about
fair enough.
as a man who's watched a lot of hentai. I mean, as a
Manga's
man
just,
who's watched a lot of anime.
Books.
I've also watched. I've watched a lot of anime this week. If you want.
Do you want to discuss it now? Do you want to discuss it now,
Yeah,
or
sure.
should we leave it till later?
Sure, why not? Well,
let's do
no,
that.
while we're on topic, we
Okay.
can discuss that.
We had this conversation earlier.
Have you watched any anime recently? Any new? Or...
Me? I watch anime on and off. Basically, I generally watch whatever's on Netflix because Netflix, the Australian version of Netflix, has got stuff added to it constantly. Having said that, I haven't watched it for a while. I think probably the last one I watched was probably. Hang on, I'll bring up Netflix and have a look. I watched Toradora recently. If you haven't watched that, it's fucking good. Watched My Little Monster, which is it was okay. What else have we got?
I'm working out how to get the YouTube comments on my phone so I can talk to people while you're talking about anime.
Don't you have a laptop?
It's hard to
no,
get
I've
to.
only got the phone.
It's hard to get to videos on your phone. It's
Yeah, I know.
have
No,
fun.
I'm actually running my headset off of Keeg's computer, and that's why he's got so many of the VAC repeater
Repeaters.
things going.
I figured
just
that was
repeating it to his
what
headset.
how you managed to get it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I watch quite a bit of anime, but it's in a very specific genre. Like, it's probably not something you're going to be interested in.
Podcast, yeah.
I binge watched the entire first season of Food Wars.
We'll turn it down. a
So
little
how
bit.
was that? I've heard about this, but I haven't seen it.
It was very Japanesey weird, but extremely addictive. I sort of went to it because I heard about it on Dodger talking about it on the CrunchyRoll podcast. Like, yeah, I'll give it a go. Don't mind anime. I watched the first couple of episodes, and then 25 episodes later, I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd my day go? And
So
then
is
I
it-
started watching.
Yeah.
Then I started actually. Food Wars is a lot like the hentai I was just talking about because it's overtly sexualized characters, but it just happens to be about food without nudity. But it's very very visualized.
Very visualized.
Yeah,
Perhaps you'd like to
extremely visualized.
perhaps you'd like to expand on that, Keegz.
People eat food and it's so good that their clothes burst off and they have orgasms.
They explode.
Yeah,
I haven't
quite
seen it,
literally,
but
their clothes explode.
I haven't even watched a trailer for it. It's like I heard Dodger talking about it, and I'm like, it doesn't really sound like something I'd be that interested in.
It's kind of like Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z, where there's always a fight going on, except this is a cooking fight. Like, and I learnt a lot about food watching this as well. I must admit.
So that's more like Iron Chef.
It
We
is
did-
very much like
yeah,
Iron Chef.
We
like
did have that conversation.
Yeah, it's very much like Iron Chef. If you like cooking and you like anime and you like boobs, then this is probably a pretty good anime to watch.
I mean, who doesn't like boobs?
Yeah, who doesn't like boobs? I mean, come on. What else I watch? Oh, I started watching One Punch Man. That's amazing.
The hell's One Punch Man?
You're about to get a description.
It's a series about a man who has trained himself to become pretty much invulnerable and can defeat anybody with one punch.
Ooh.
And he's so invulnerable and so undefeatable that he's bored. So it's actually pretty hilarious and quite interesting take on somebody who cannot be defeated and is the strongest man in the world and cannot find a challenge, so he's completely bored with his life and doesn't know what to do.
Okay. It's
He's
only,
also very sarcastic.
it's only 12 episodes, but it's got 7
Yeah.
OVAs. 7 OVAs, that's ridiculous. It actually only just finished airing on
Yeah.
21st.
Yeah, it's only very new. If anybody spends time on ImageGo or Reddit or anything like that, you'll probably hear a lot of references to it.
Fair enough. Sounds good.
Good jazz. Good times.
Good
Anime.
times.
Good times.
Anime.
I also watched the first episode of Gate, which is basically Stargate, except instead of the modern world going to like a futuristic space alien race, this is the modern world going to a very old school race still on horses with crossbows, and they show up with tanks, and we just kind of ruin aliens' lives. Quite interesting.
This is not Steins Gate, is it? No, it's just Gate.
It's just called Gate. It's just called Gate in capitals.
Okay.
We sort of get attacked. Japan gets attacked through this sort of weird gate from another dimension, and all these sort of horse archers and Mongols come through and try to rain havoc, and then just get obliterated. And then Japan decides, well, fuck it, we're going to go back through and destroy them.
Well, that sounds alright.
As one of my friends who actually told me about it, Brown guy who was on the podcast once, I asked him like, oh, does it sound any good? What's it about? And he said, it's like when you're really far advanced in Civ and you meet another Civ that is very low advanced. That's basically what this is about. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. That sounds right.
Brown guy relates everything to Civ.
Civ, yeah.
Fair enough. I'm just typing. I'm doing YouTube comments again. That's when I go quiet. I'm just telling Vince. Vince said I work with a guy who went up to all our summer interns who were all women, asked them for kicking him in the nuts with their steel-toed boots. I'm like, well, we've got a game just for you.
That's a fetish. That's my fetish. Maybe he was One Punch Man. Yeah.
Maybe he was
Yes.
one kick man.
Maybe he was. Yeah. Yeah.
One
he
kick man.
was five-toed man to the nuts. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. The Overwatch beta is coming back in mid-February. None of us.
I might actually get to fucking play it this
I
time.
was going to say none of us have played Overwatch, but it's nice that it's happening.
I really want to. Apparently, it's coming back with a whole bunch of new maps and new modes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So they're sort of giving it a big update and then, changing everything from all the feedback they got, and well, not everything, but changing stuff from the feedback. So hopefully, it'll be even better.
Fingers crossed. I know TV and Co were big on it, but I'm just like, I looked at it and went, I'm not really that interested. I mean, I think I could be if I actually downloaded it and played it, but I don't have time for that sort of shit. Ain't no one got time for that.
I got time for that. I got heaps of time for that. I got all the time in the world for that.
You can spare some CSGO time for that
Yeah,
shit.
that's right. Fuck CSGO. I'm going back to that. I need something else to play.
Every time we try and play something else, it doesn't bloody work.
Apparently, they got it working last night.
I know, I went and played it with them.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did.
right.
And you didn't.
It was lovely.
Yeah, well, nobody told me.
If in case you
We
wondered what
brought it on Facebook.
in case you wondered what we're talking about, we were going to. I was going to stream. In fact, I started streaming the Spin co-op game that we were going to play. It took us, I think, probably an hour and a half to actually get it working.
Hour and a half?
And then we played for probably about an hour and a half, and then went, well, we'll go to bed. So I recorded some of it, and then
Just Steam messaged me.
my hard drive filled up.
I was already in bed, and
Yeah.
they messaged me and said that it was working. I had to get back out of bed to go and play with them.
I don't
Yes.
read Facebook when I'm playing CSGO.
Fotis and rage quit, going, fuck this, it doesn't work. And then we finally got it
Never gonna
working
fucking work.
5 minutes after he went to
I've been in bed 5 minutes.
And he's like, and then he wouldn't believe
Out of
us.
bed,
I
put
think it's-
pants on.
I think someone had to send him a screenshot to show that it was definitely working.
I wasn't going to get out of bed for no reason.
Hmm.
And then we did. We played it for, what, an hour?
Yeah, probably an hour and a half. I know I ran out of hard drive space to record. So, yeah, I might make a video out of it. Maybe not.
Didn't someone stream it?
I was going to. I
Nate
think
was
Nate
gonna
was going to
stream
stream it, but I don't know whether he actually did or not, or how many people we had.
I did see he had 2 videos this morning, but I don't know whether it was.
Yeah, no, the
actual
first one
gameplay.
was the failure, and then
Yeah.
the second
Maybe.
one was him playing it.
Maybe he did. Fuckers.
He wanted to stream in 1440p.
Told you. You want me to send you a text message or what?
No, you should Steam message me because that's the
Ah.
only thing I'm going to see.
Well, I thought somebody had gone up and and spoke to you and said, you know, you stuck
I
in
just said
CS:GO.
that. Why did you message me? He's like, oh, apparently they sent me a message on Facebook.
You didn't think you looked down and
There's
see
two
that we're all
monitors
still
there. I
there?
can see them.
Yeah, but I'm never looking at this one. I'm looking at this one, especially when I'm shooting people.
Didn't look at it
And
for
the
an hour and a half.
amount of bullshit Nathan throws on there, I stop looking at it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's like reading the morning paper. It's just fucking article after article about crap I don't care about.
I hope he listens to this podcast. Maybe you'll learn something.
Hello, Nate Dog.
No, he's too busy looking at shitty art.
Yes, he's posting it for us to look at.
Or too busy on ImageGur posting out photos we'd seen 4 days earlier. Love you, Nate Dog. Hate your articles. Love you.
He's
Nate.
never going to listen to this. Don't worry about it.
He's in bed already.
Yeah. Oh, not today.
Well,
I don't think.
No, well, you say that, but last night I was probably in bed by this time.
Well, yeah, but he got back
I
up
worked
again.
today.
Dedication.
I guess so.
Bowl Kicking Simulator in 2016 gets green lit, which is a... I looked through
Oh, you totally could have segued that.
Well, they were talking about Ball Kicking Simulator, but we were talking about Overwatch beta at the time. Never mind.
Yeah,
So
that's
I think I'm guessing it's a Russian developer because the description's all in Russian until you get about halfway down, and it's
Figured
not
it out.
it's not particularly good English. So apparently you play a guy who has testicular cancer called Dick Dickens.
It's in Russian.
He finds some sort of underground nut kicking fight club type arrangement. And
Changes
decides
his name to Kick Dickens.
he needs the money, and I think the idea is you go through different levels, kicking people in the nuts repeatedly. And
You ever heard of shin kicking?
shin kicking? No.
Shin kicking? No, it's a thing they do in the UK. Well, they used to. It's a similar sort of deal.
Okay.
You just kick the other person in the shins until they can't take it anymore. I'm guessing that...
It's kind of
I
like
used to
that,
play slaps
but
like
for
that.
actual
Yeah.
men.
Okay, I'll come and kick you in the shins with a pair of steel-toed boots and see how
It's
how
basically
long you
just-
last as
We're
a
doing
man.
Rochambeau. I'm
It's
going
basically just
first.
Rochambeau. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's local co-op though. You can kick each other in the dick.
We can do that now.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to.
You two could actually just kick each other in the nuts.
Yeah.
Turn the camera on.
Well,
We'll get
no,
heaps
we'll
of
just
views.
kick ourselves in the nuts.
Oh, there's no control support though. How are we meant to kick each other in the dick without a controller?
Or you both stand there
Keyboard
holding a
mouse.
keyboard.
Smack each other in the balls with
Kick each other in the dick.
But yeah, that's about all I had for that. It was like, it's Nut Kicking Simulator 2016. And it's like, yep, that's going in the headline list.
I did see Jim Sterling covered the he did one of his trailer videos about this. And he basically said the same thing. It's like, yep, game about kicking each other in the dick. That's on Steam.
Not anymore.
Yeah, release date 2016.
Well, I hope that, otherwise I'd have to change to Ball Kicking Simulator 2017.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody
Well,
wants
if I
that.
can get out this year. If I can even get out this year.
So, City Skylines gets a new expansion after their After Dark expansion. Comes Snowfall, which kind of sounds like a James Bond movie.
Snowfall.
Yeah, Snowfall.
Coming to a cinema near you.
So it's basically, I messaged Paladin to see if I could get any goss on what was happening with this, but she didn't message me. I'm guessing she's probably asleep because I think it's night time there.
Or maybe she just doesn't care.
Maybe she doesn't care. Maybe she's just dodging my messages. But basically, this is a new expansion for City Skylines. It's probably, if it's the same price as After Dark, it's probably going to be like $15 US or $10 US, something like that. And
Oh, about
I think
$400 dues.
$400 dues Australian. So I think it adds a weather system, temperature mechanics, and they've added some new public transportation options like trams.
Is City Skylines just The Sims?
Are you speaking with a
It's,
list?
it's the Sim City.
No, I'm lying down. I'm sorry. I'll sit back up again.
No,
deliberately talking
it's
to
not The Sims, but City Skylines.
Well, it sounds very much like The Sims.
It's kind of like The Sims, but except it worked.
The Sims works. Just that they
Oh,
seem to
hang
have
on,
the
you were
same
talking about,
sort of
you talking about The
expansions.
Sims or Sim City?
It's talking about the Sims. Not
No,
No,
The
it's-
Sims.
oh,
Like,
in
they
that
have
case,
the,
no,
the,
it's
the
nothing
same
like
sort of expansions.
It's basically
You're not getting what I'm saying.
no, I'm not. Say it again.
yeah, me either.
The expansions that they're putting out sound exactly like the sort of expansions that people from The Sims put out.
I was actually kind of surprised that they were bringing out these expansions because I was like, you're introducing weather and temperature and some new public
exactly as they did
transportation
in The
stuff.
Sims. There was an expansion where they introduced the weather. There was
It's
an expansion where they introduced
I
pets.
kind of look at it like it's not really worth a whole like expansion. Like it's more like a DLC that should cost $2 to $3. It's not a $15 to $20 thing.
DLC number 3, City Skylines pools.
We're adding pools and toddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightlife.
They've already done that. It's called After Dark.
Exactly.
City Skylines holiday. Caribbean experience. Business.
Have you played more Sims than me?
Probably.
It sounds very much like it.
I have all the Sims expansions.
So do I.
I've never played them.
I've got all the Sims 3 ones. The Sims 4 Narelle's got on her machine.
I've got all the Sims 3 ones.
I actually deleted them all
Sims
off
2.
the laptop the other day because I needed the space for recording.
Fuck you, Sims, you gotta go.
I had to go. Katy Perry expansion. Katy Perry stuff.
Is that fireworks?
It's a stuff expansion. Okay. So, yeah, the only thing they said about Snowfalls will be out later this year. I tried to find some more info on it. It doesn't give you a whole lot. Like, there's like a day-night cycle now, because at the moment it's just daytime all the time. There's a leisure specialization, tourism specialization, and there's extra services, as well as some new transport options. It kind of sounds more like a update rather than a expansion.
Yeah.
Which kind of like, I'm like, I mean, I sort of understand they've got to make money, but there's not enough of it. They've got to add something.
Not like this. Not like this.
I kind of feel like they should really add something. And nighttime's not really.
Matrix expansion.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
So that was
when they changed
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
that was my opinion on City Skylines. So Reddit delivers a red herring to Valve. That is not a euphemism. That is quite literal. They delivered by hand
literally delivered
a red herring,
a herring
to Valve.
that was red to Valve.
This is
Why?
meant to be about that investigation thing, I believe.
Yeah,
is that right?
the idea I think was there was
Is this giving it to them because of the shitty result of that investigation? Because I'm not sure where this red herring is coming from, but I know that whole secret code thing that they did in the last summer sale resulted in a very pitiful ending.
Yes, that's pretty much exactly what it was. It was a winter sale, but yeah, it was summer for
They
us.
got a badge.
Yeah, I think you got a badge, and that was kind of it. And they were like, "Oh, that's a bit shit." So
All the code cracking and weeks of deciphering all these codes and running around the internet trying to figure out this puzzle. When they finally got to the end, they got a Steam badge.
Wow.
yeah.
Wear that puppy with pride.
Yeah, and I think that is why they have now delivered them a red herring.
Yeah.
I wonder if their
A
red
couple,
herring
actually, by the
may have been a red herring.
So yeah, they
But
actually
they are.
delivered them a
Two.
red herring by hand in red herring wrapping
I
paper.
know, yeah, red herring wrapping paper. Looks very pretty.
Nice.
Custom.
Is there
Yeah,
a picture? There's a picture. of it.
actually quite a lot of red herrings.
There's quite a few red herrings right there.
It's all full
Are
of
they
red
at least
herrings.
on ice?
They're in plastic
Uh,
bags. They look like they're shrink wrapped.
Yeah, I think it was
Shrink wrapped
like
red herrings.
cryovac or something.
Vacuum.
I hope they took them home and ate them.
Ooh, lovely, lovely herring. So,
Doesn't sound too bad actually.
what is your opinion of the
Somebody drinks green
recent winter sale, Keegz?
Crap.
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 It wasn't
Oh well,
enough.
I don't know. Like I'm on both sides of I'm on both sides because I really liked the hype of the other sales and how they had like the team games and all that. It was kind of fun, pointless, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And then I also liked this one where it was just the things were on sale. So anything you had in your wish list said, "Hey, this is on sale." It's like, sweet, I'll buy that while it's on sale. But I don't know. Yeah. I think they probably made more money out of the hype stuff though, because people I would check it at work all the time when the hype thing was on, looking for the new deals.
Did you?
But Yeah, but just because I wanted to see what was going to be on special for the whatever the 4 hours that it was up. But I can understand that would upset other people who can't check it all day and miss out on some of these sales.
I think that was their reasoning behind not putting or changing the way that they did the sales, is that people, like, sales were happening in the middle of the night for some people, like i.e. us, and we couldn't take advantage of them.
Yeah. But in saying that, a lot of those things that were in the flash sales came back on sale for like a day or two after anyway.
Yeah.
From what I noticed, and look, I kind of like that because I had a chance to go through everything on sale. Whereas this one, when just everything was on sale, I'd start scrolling through and just be like, "Oh fuck this! There's far too much to go through."
Maybe it's just me.
So unless you specifically know what you want and you've got it already in your wish list and it just notifies you, hey, this is on sale, then that's cool for the people who know what they want. But for the people who are just browsing, it was a bit too much.
Yeah.
Because there were literally hundreds and hundreds of games on sale, and you had to scroll through them all to find just something that might tickle your fancy. Whereas with the flash sales, you had like 5 games you could look at and go, yeah, nah, and then wait for the next one.
But I mean, I was like, maybe it's just me, but I don't. When the sales come on, I don't go through looking through the sales looking for something to buy. I never ever do that. Never. I don't think I've ever done that.
I made many impulse buys in the flash sales. It's like, hey, that's cool, it's like 90% off. It's $2. Fuck it, I'll get it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like,
when it was $20 originally. And
thinking about it, I actually bought a game the other day.
You forgot
on a sale for like 90% off, and I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I should probably install it and play it.
See, that's the problem.
I'd have to go back home and check.
If I go through my inventory now, these are actually from quite a while ago. I bought when there was one of the last big sales. I bought a whole bunch of just co-op games. I just went for anything that was co-op, found it, and I just bought them. So now I've got like heaps of fucking copies of all these games that I've never played. that I'm ready to give to other people so we can play when we get bored one day, but I've just never gone through it. However, this one,
do it for the people watching the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I got Painkiller because I remember playing the first one, and that was pretty fun. This is co-op, but it's just like, it's kind of like Doom sort of thing. The problem is that the fucking download's like 40 gig because of all the bloody, all the music and shit in it, and it's like,
Jesus,
fuck that.
It's like uncompressed music. It's like what was the one that you played? Wolfenstein. It's got heaps of uncompressed music, so the download's massive.
Jesus. They should probably MP3 that.
Yeah.
They should totally MP3 that shit.
Speaking of which, on Sped Co-op last night, there was a gameplay volume, audio slider in the options, and also an MP3 volume audio slider, not a music music volume.
Do you want your MP3s loud or do you want them quiet? I mean, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's so when you back in the day when you replaced all the in-game sound with your favourite songs, and then you change the config file to put them on random, and you could just listen to music while you were playing.
Genius idea.
Yeah.
Come up with that.
Keegz, you are a genius.
Wow.
This is so hard to compress music. Apparently it is. Lempos. They haven't heard of MP3s where these guys come from.
Well,
you mean WMOs, right?
At some point, there's going to come a generation where they don't know what MP3s are because they're out of date.
I mean, flax.
I found it amusing that my son will probably not know what DVDs are.
Yeah.
Like, we have DVDs, but we don't watch them. Like, we're at the stage of actually throwing them out.
My son knows what they are because he's got a couple just because he just for some reason he likes to carry them around, like his favourite movies.
Yes, my son
What's
likes
the one
to.
with the fish?
Nemo. Finding Nemo.
Pongo?
What? The one with the fish.
Oh,
it was a red herring.
Ponyo. Yeah.
Red herring.
Ponyo. It's an anime.
Yeah.
Ponyo?
One of his favourite movies. Yeah, it's by I can't remember his name.
Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli, yeah.
It sounded like a Ghibli movie.
Studio Ghibli.
Oh yeah, it's got the Ghibli. Yeah. It's got the Ghibli faces.
Good movie.
Oh, they're all good movies.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. There's one bad Studio Ghibli movie. Grave of the Fireflies. Never watch it.
I'm not
It's a
big.
really depressing one.
I'm
isn't
not
it?
big on the
It's
studio
really
Ghibli
depressing.
movies. Like I
I
understand
love 'em.
before you
Consider
bite my
yourself
head off.
disowned.
How's
Before
Moving
you-
Castle? Amazing.
Before you bite my head off, I understand they are good, and I understand that people like them. However, I don't like them. I don't like the.
Fair
I
enough.
don't like the art style. I really don't. I find it
Really?
like a fucking kids movie. I don't like it.
Well, yeah, they kind of are though. They're meant to be. They're very visually beautiful and whatever. It's more about it's like
Yeah.
a dreamscape.
I think if I wasn't into anime, I'd like them a lot more. But because I like a very specific genre of anime, they don't appeal to me
Yeah.
at all.
See, I don't really like anime that much.
I like a whole range of anime.
Some
I
people-
love Neon Genesis Evangelion, but I
Oh,
really
yeah.
like
Everyone
Mate,
loves
we
Evangelion.
could
yeah.
do an entire podcast on that.
Attack on Titan is fucking incredible.
You think so? I watched it on Netflix,
Yeah,
and I wasn't.
I loved it.
Hang on, I'll make sure.
I was absolutely in love with it. I started watching it, and I'd watch a couple of episodes every night, and those couple of episodes end up me being in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and like half asleep at work for 2 weeks until I finally finished all the seasons.
Oh, you know what? I
It's like
actually
it's like
haven't watched
crack.
Oh mate, you need to watch it. You love it.
It's on Netflix. I should fucking watch it. I think actually is it on
Is it?
Netflix? Maybe it's on
I
the
don't
US
think it is.
Netflix. Hang on.
It's on CrunchyRoll.
Not that we can access US Netflix.
I actually can't.
Actually got CrunchyRoll the other day.
No,
I
because you
use the
podcast.
free service. I've used it. I've written Attack
Yeah.
on Netflix. God damn it.
Well, actually, you know what I figured out the other day is that because a lot of the people that I watch on YouTube and on SoundCloud and whatever are sponsored by CrunchyRoll, so they always do the 30-day free trial CrunchyRolls.
You can
If
do.
you had enough emails, you could have CrunchyRoll for a year for free just by using all their 30-day trials.
Crunchyroll.
Well, the good thing about owning your
it's like Netflix, but just for anime.
yeah with
Oh,
anime.
all right. Okay.
Like, good thing about owning your own domain is that I've basically redirected anything that goes to my domain to my email account, so I can put in anything at mydomain.com, and then
Yeah.
it's like that's a brand new email address without actually having to set up
Yeah.
a mailbox.
Oh, right.
You watch enough people and get all their 30-day free trials. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you could watch it forever for free. You just keep changing emails and just putting in the new 30-day free trial because it gives you the premium. Because you can get the free one. You just have to watch the ads before you watch the show.
Well, funny you
The
should say
premium
that
one just
because
gets rid of that.
the ads don't work for me. They actually it goes.
Oh, well,
it flicks to the
you're
point
winning
where it would show the ad, and then it's blank for like a quarter of a second, and then flicks back to the regular
Well,
back
'cause
to the show.
I got the free trial thing and started using it, and then for like the first couple of episodes, I realized I hadn't even logged in for the free trial. I've just been using the free service. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. So I logged in. It's like, hey, now you're using premium. I'm like, this is no fucking different.
You know, one of the
Why bother?
differences. One of the
Yeah.
differences is you can't watch anything above 480p with the free service.
Oh,
we,
right.
we live
Which
in,
is not
that
we
big a-
live in
watching on
Tasmania.
tablet.
It's actually not that big a deal when you're watching anime because it's not
Yeah.
like it's all super
Well, it
high
is if
res.
you can't read because you have to read everything.
If you
pretty much.
can't.
I
read.
think the
Did you go to school?
the text the subtitles.
Well, if it's shitty enough quality, you can't read it.
That's true,
Yeah.
but only if they're hard coded subs, which they normally never
Ah,
never
yeah.
are. They're
Yeah,
actually
most of them are
overlaid.
just over the top, aren't
Yeah.
they?
yeah. So that's like they're full high res text. So
When I watched Attack on Titan, I think, did I watch an English dub? I can't remember now. I think I did.
Only you can
dirty
answer
motherfucker,
I think I watched
dirty
dub.
English subs.
Actually, I
English
can't remember
dub
now.
song.
Maybe I did.
I watch everything with subtitles. The way
What's
God
the read that?
intended.
Depending on what it is, I'll watch it in subtitles.
I actually
English
watched
dub, I mean.
Evangelion with the English subs, but that was the the old version, not the remake.
Yeah, I watched the original in English
What,
dubs.
the
'cause it was
English
on SBS.
subs or the
Because that's
English
what, yeah,
dub?
exactly. It was on
I
SBS.
think he meant
so-
dubs. Yeah.
Did I say subs?
Yeah. Well,
Sorry, I meant
originally
dubs.
we watched them
Yeah.
with the English subs.
No.
subtitles.
So Japanese subs would be pretty hard to read because I don't know Japanese.
Yes, but
No,
it's very difficult to read English dubs.
Read the dubs.
So watch it with English subs. So,
Yeah.
oh, right.
But the way to watch it is with the English subs.
Subtitles, not the dub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
but
is what was on SBS years ago when Zen
Yes.
and I first watched it.
when I first watched it on SBS, it was English dubbed. It was
Really?
It was,
Yeah, it was
in
dubbed in
English.
It would have been awful.
No, we watched it in dubs. We did not watch the subtitle one.
I don't think it'd be that bad.
because it was on SBS. Everything on SBS was subtitled.
I don't
No,
think
it was,
Crappy
it was,
yellow
I can
font.
tell you with absolute certainty it was definitely dubbed.
I don't think it'd be that.
Argument.
I don't think it'd be that different anyway, because it's usually like long pauses of silence and then a monologue and then long pauses of silence.
That's exactly pretty much what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember like the bit where he's holding the dude in his hand. There was literally 10 minutes of just one picture and him holding him for like 10 fucking minutes.
What it must have been...
It was one of the angels near the end, the one that he fell in love with. And he was just holding this blonde kid in his like big Evangelion hand and just staring at him for fucking 10 minutes of silence.
Well, it was important to the story, Keegz.
It's like...
Is it frozen?
Yeah, you go and like sort of shake the antenna and bash the TV a bit. And then they'd zoom out a bit, like, whoa! And then they'd sit there for another 10 minutes. Like, oh, come on, finish it.
It must have been very good dubs then, because I remember reading it.
No.
Normally when you watch something like that and it's dubbed, it's awful. Like, they're just such bad...
Looking back on it, the dubs weren't good. But we didn't know any better at the time because we were, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Australian dubs. I'm imagining Australian dubs.
Yeah, it's going right.
Just, yeah, I was going to say, just 4 characters sharp in a room. There you go.
Shinji, what's going on?
Shinji, mate. There you go, mate. Pat on the back, mate. Get in your Ava, we're going in.
This is Ray.
Skulls a beer and jumps in the Ava. We're going in, son. We're going in dry.
Yes, that is exactly
the episode I remember.
Shinji, you little cunt, your father issues. Get in your Ava. Don't touch her, she's your fucking sister.
So many of the people watching have no idea what we're fucking talking about.
Probably not.
Yeah, unless you've actually watched Neon Genesis Evangelion, you're probably not going to understand.
If you haven't watched it,
we're talking about anime a lot this podcast.
This is the anime podcast. I'm going to put that in the title.
Anime bullshit podcast.
Anime bullshit podcast. Yes, so that was Evangelion. Origin Access is not available in Australia, thank fuck.
Is that the streaming one?
Yeah, so it's basically streaming games.
Oh, okay.
It was previously on Xbox One.
I wouldn't mind trying it out. Obviously, I'm not going to get in Australia because they're shitty
I
net.
don't fucking install Origin. I don't need another fucking thing to install.
Someone explain it to me. Is it just streaming via Origin?
I don't think it's streaming. I think it's like you download a game and play it.
Oh yeah, this is the one where they
you mean
have
like Steam?
Yeah, but no, this is the one where they have.
Or you pay $5 a month and you can get as many games
it's
as you
the
like.
same thing that PlayStation does, where they give you like free
it's
games
like
every month, and
it's
you
like a season pass.
Yeah, you just pay the whatever a month.
Let's not do that. Let's not make that a thing.
I think the PlayStation 4 one was actually really good value because you got and the best thing about PlayStation 4 one is as long as you stayed subscribed, any games that you played or downloaded during all these sales, you got to keep indefinitely on your account as long as you just tried it. So you could go back and play any of the games you played before that you got for free. I actually thought that was pretty good, and some of them were fairly big titles, like they were older, but they were still free.
Did you see the title list for the EA Access thing?
I didn't. I think I did a while ago and looked at it and thought that was actually a pretty good deal because it wasn't like some of the Mass Effects and stuff for free.
You're wrong. It was about 10 games and they're all shit.
Oh, okay.
There was like maybe one good game in there. I think it was the newest Mass Effect, but like they had all the other Mass Effects as well. But that was, I think, the best one.
Just say the Mass Effects, and he said nope.
Well, okay.
Mass Effects are amazing. I mean, if you haven't played them for free, that's not a bad deal.
But it's $5 a month that you pay for perpetuity.
I haven't played any of them. I just know they're good.
No, I tried to nail the blue alien chick.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Now you can do all of them for free if you pay $6 a month. Whatever it is. Well, not in Australia though. So
that's like $400 dues.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, have to sell the house. Have to sell the shed, mate. You sell the sheet of iron laying on the tin out the back. Move the sheet. How am I going to get to work now? The sheet's gone. Have to sell it.
I have to borrow next door's kangaroo.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I have to jump on the gator. Wait, we don't have gators. I have to jump on the grot.
Paladin just got back to me.
Mm.
I asked her for any juicy tidbits on Snowfall. She said there's a dev blog up. She said no,
Thanks, mate.
basically.
Yeah.
No, there's no tidbits for you.
Yeah.
That was her. That was the long and short of the conversation. I was like, thanks. Anyway.
Read the fucking press kit.
Yes. That's pretty much she said. Like, read the dev blog. I'm like, oh, well, everyone can read the dev blog. That's actually after some, some juicy information, insider
tidbits.
information.
Yeah,
God damn. Never mind.
Fair enough, clearly.
You know one of the things that made me laugh about this Eve Online Origin Access bullshit was they got Bill Nye to promote it.
Science guy.
What's he got to
It was
do?
all science.
What's he got to do with with? There's nothing to do with gaming.
With science, quite a lot.
Well, he's
He
got a lot to
made
do
a
with
massive effect.
Yeah. So that's the long and the short of it with Origin Access. Shall
Yes.
we move on to the main titles, the main stories of the evening, or shall we bullshit a bit longer?
Can I use the bathroom first?
I'm dying for a piss.
Yeah. I'll
Shall
go
we?
first.
Shall we?
then
You go
we'll-
first.
Can we have a break?
We'll tag team.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So-
Okay, we'll
okay,
take turns.
okay.
Yeah, you go first. and then- Okay.
So what's your favourite anime, Keegz?
My favorite? Attack on Titan was pretty well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've
no, yeah. Attack on Titan beats Neon Genesis, I think.
Okay. Well, I've got to watch that. I should really. I mean, I've read
You
it.
should
I've
definitely watch
read
that.
it. I've heard a lot of people say it's really good, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I watched it.
It's-
It turned out I watched Gargantua on Netflix, and they're not even
Something
vaguely similar.
completely different.
They're not even vaguely similar.
No, you should definitely watch it. The thing I liked about Attack on Titan, and I think that's what grasped so many people lately, especially with the whole Game of Thrones thing, is that it's a lot like that where it's one of those shock things when the heroes don't always win.
Oh, I thought you meant there was a brother fucking his sister, but that's good too.
I don't think there's any of that in there. But yeah, it's that kind of.
Is there any
It's
sex
that
at all?
kind of. No,
Are there any boobs?
not that I can recall. No, it's actually pretty tame in that
Oh.
respect.
Oh, Keegz, you're
There's a
killing
lot of blood. There's a lot of blood.
me. Yeah, blood doesn't excite me.
But the storyline is really, really.
Okay, well, I'll
Really
give it a
good.
go. I'll.
It's a lot more depth to it than you realise.
Yeah.
And when you first start it, you're just like, yeah.
Okay.
And then they always leave it on a cliffhanger where you have to keep watching.
Is that why you're watching it
A
at
lot
3
of
o'clock in the morning?
animes. Yeah, it really was. I'd sort of watch one. I'm like, I can't fucking stop now. I need to see what happens next. And then I'd watch the next one. Like, fuck, now I need to see what happens next again. And then it was next thing you know, the sun's coming out. I was like, shit, I gotta go to work. I'll take it to work.
It's like crack.
Yeah. No, it was really, really good though.
Okay. Well, it sounds good, and everything I've heard about it is good. So I should actually sit down and fucking watch it for once. It's not
definitely
really my style of anime, but given how good it is, everyone says it is.
I think that like, because you're a fan of Game of Thrones, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Everybody's a fan of Game of Thrones.
Then you'll like it
Okay.
because it's that sort of story.
Okay.
Where
I'll give it a
everyone
go.
dies.
I'll give it a go.
Basically, yeah.
Keegz, do you need a piss?
He hasn't
Yeah.
finished one beer yet. He's still got a spare
Talk.
one.
Well,
He doesn't need to piss that badly.
more smoke than piss. But I will go have a quick
Also don't
break
smoke.
before we move on to the more stuff. Peter can take over.
Okay.
Well, You don't need to hand me the headphones. You can just put them down.
Trying to find the mic button.
Oh.
Can't remember where it is.
You can find there it
It's here
is.
somewhere.
Wait for it.
It's here somewhere.
It's got to be there somewhere.
Oh, it's on the inside.
It's under the blanket, Keegz. It's under the blanket.
It's not under the blanket. I'm sitting on the bed.
Oh dear. Okay. What should we talk about?
What were we talking about before?
We were talking about Keegz' favourite anime.
Yeah.
My
My favourite anime is probably still the one we were talking about before.
Neon Genesis.
Evangelion.
Have you watched a lot of anime since then?
Evangenesis.
Neon Genesis.
God no.
Neon Gellion.
Evangelion Evangenesis.
So you haven't watched a lot of anime since then?
No, I used to have a girlfriend who had a lot of manga books, and I read a couple of those, which was fine.
Who was that?
But Christy.
Don't remember her.
That was a long time ago. Don't remember that.
Okay. Yes. She had a lot of manga books.
Yeah, and like, what intrigued me the most was that you read them backwards because they were Japanese.
Yes. Correct so
apart
far.
from that, I've never really, I've never really had any interest in any sort of anime or
Okay.
the ones that Reese was talking about earlier, that Keegz was talking about earlier, sound interesting, but I have trouble sort of getting into major series where there's a lot of them because I tend to binge watch them all at once and it ruins my life.
Yep, that's pretty much what CrunchyRoll's for.
Yeah, so I try not to do it so much.
Okay.
Which means that there's a lot of interesting stuff that I miss out on, but
Yeah. I go
at
through
the expense of
phases.
having a life.
I go through phases where I'm like, oh, I want to watch that, and I'll sit down and I'll watch it, and then I'll watch something else that's vaguely related to it, and then I'll watch something else,
Yeah.
and then I'll keep watching it until for like maybe a week, and then I'll be like,
Yeah.
it slowly peters out until I'm not watching anything anymore, and then like 3 months later or 6 months later, I'll go, oh, I've got to watch this, and then sit down.
Yeah.
And the whole process starts
Recently,
again.
I watched How to Make a Murderer on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and if you haven't seen it, it will blow your mind.
People have been saying someone should go to jail for something. Something to
Oh,
do with
there's
something.
many people should go to jail for lots of things, but not the person that actually went to jail, as it turns out. So,
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I was
I
reading,
watched
yeah.
like the first. I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, and Pugs actually, he's been on the podcast before, he has watched more than me, and I'm now asking him not to spoil it for me.
We're talking about making a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the first 4 episodes, and I was quite drunk at the time, and I just got very angry about the way that they were, sort of the way that this guy was treated,
Right.
or these people were treated.
There was actually I read up something about it. It probably was on Twitter, so take it with a grain of salt.
But I think I'll just have to get more drunk again in order to watch the rest of it. So
you need to mellow out before you watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched the first episode and then I started watching anime and got off of
Yeah.
it and I haven't got back
But
onto it
if
yet.
you watch the first 3 or 4 episodes, it blew my mind. The shit
Okay.
that they get away with. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Go on.
I'm not really going on. I'm going to go piddle, so I'll see you right. I'll be right back.
Okay. What would we like to talk about, Pete?
Piddle.
Alright, seems like we're on the topic of series and movies.
Yep.
We're talking about anime. What's your favourite anime movie?
Well, but whilst you're away, Mark and I were just saying, we were talking about the animes that I had watched.
Ah, yeah.
I watched Evangelion when we were kids, and I loved it. It was awesome. But since then, I've never really been a fan of anime. I haven't really
Yeah.
watched any.
It's hard to
You
find
remember
good ones.
Christy? She used to have these manga books.
Yeah.
And what intrigued me was that you read them backwards, and they were interesting enough.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember there was an anime we used to watch together. It was about something high school. It probably covers about 90% of anime, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Most of them are based in Japanese high school.
Yeah. It was. No, I can't remember.
Have you watched any of the classic anime movies like Akira or Ghost in the Shell or anything like
I've seen Ghost in the Shell because you had it here.
that? Yeah.
Like it was where we lived before. But we watched that and that was quite good. So I like anime. It's just I don't watch it because it takes over my life.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
any really good series. You watch it and you do nothing else for weeks at a time. And you end up going to work absolutely ruined.
Yeah.
Because you've been up until 3 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, like I did the same thing with House of Cards though. I started watching that and I got addicted to House of Cards. Still haven't finished it because I got to like the third or fourth last episode and then something broke my concentration and I never got back and watched it.
There's a series called Hell on Wheels.
Yeah.
It was on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I watched that up until probably the 6th series. I haven't watched the last series just because I know that I'm going to get stuck on it again.
Yeah.
I did nothing for like 4 weeks, but all of my spare time was spent watching this fucking series. And I know that's just going to happen again.
Yeah.
What's Hell on Wheels about?
Hell on Wheels. It's about a guy who was set in the West when they were building the railroad that went from because the Chinese were building it from one end of America to the other, and the Irish were kind of building it from the other end. And it's a story about a guy who kind of takes over the running of it, and he's got people he's killed, and someone's tried to kill his wife or some shit like that. I can't even remember now.
Very intricate.
Yeah, but
About railroads.
yeah, he takes over the running of a railroad.
Oh.
Yeah, like the Great Western Railroad or something it was called. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's quite like it's really good, but it just takes over your life.
Cool. Yeah. I kind of like that though. If it's a
Really?
really good series, I
I
like
don't have
that.
time for that shit.
Hey, no one
It's something really good because it gives me a break from everything else that's been like playing games.
Yeah, playing CS:GO.
Yeah.
I
So-
wouldn't want to ruin that.
Gives you something different to do.
Drones out the silence of my
Right.
life.
Yeah.
Just out the silence of my
That's right.
That's
It
a
makes
Bill,
the voices
that's a
stop
Bill
talking.
Bailey.
Bill Bailey.
Bill Bailey reference. Okay.
Welsh accent.
Cool. All right.
Right, I think we're ready to go on to the main story.
I
now.
am
Should we
ready.
talk about
My,
games?
my bladder is empty, and I have half a drink left. It's warm, but it's
Everybody's here ready to hear about the latest in gaming news, and
Tell
we're
me
talking
about
about
warm
anime
drinks.
and fucking Netflix.
Yeah, I don't think people really come for the
They
For
tolerate.
the actual
for
news.
the stories and the
What?
and the news.
You're telling me that they're not here for the latest in breaking gaming news? You're telling me that they have not already looked at Polygon or
Drunkenly
Kotaku or
talking bullshit
any
to each
other Reddit feed?
They come for the
I
gaming
don't know.
news.
Maybe they are.
They tolerate the banter.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, God, I wish they'd stop fucking talking and just tell something
Will
interesting.
you dickheads actually get on back on topic?
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear the latest in news.
It's like, tell us more about Half-Life 3.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
And
Give it
now,
up.
and now a time for an ad.
Do you like anime? Well, you should get on CrunchyRoll. We're in no way affiliated with CrunchyRoll. Just putting that out there.
If Crunchyroll
Wish
wanted
we
to give
were.
us
Although
money,
we would
I
like
would,
to be.
I would
Yeah.
fucking take
Actually, yeah. If Crunchyroll, if you're listening, I would love free membership to fucking spam your crap in our podcast.
That'll
We'd
get
happy
them
to
on
stop.
side.
We'd be happy to stop halfway through and
Yeah.
plug your service.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it during the podcast like we are now. Just every now and then.
Just reference it.
Yeah, so what have you been playing today? Well, I haven't been playing much because I've been listening or watching Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. Is that Crunchyroll.com? I hear there's a free.
Just give them.
Let's let's not do it now
give
until
them
we get paid.
Yeah, sorry, we're not getting paid for this. Let's stop giving them free
Wait till we
advertising.
get
This is basically free advertising. Crunchyroll.com, by the way.
Yeah.
People are
Well, it's
actually
like
gonna,
we play gaming for a 30 day.
people are gonna try that and go, oh, it doesn't work.
It
Oh,
that's a shame.
no, there are many people who are offering 30-day trials. I'm sure you can soon find one. Anyway, gaming. shall we?
Gaming news. Hitman goes episodic. Keegz, tell me all
Oh,
about
yeah.
Hitman.
Pretty pissed about this.
Are you
the
actually
amount
pissed?
of changes they made. Yeah, I am because they've changed the system of this game about 80 times now. At first, they were going to put it on early access because they're like, oh, well, maybe they can just play the first part of it, and then we'll slowly add more and more onto it. And everybody's like, fuck off, you can't do that. It's Hitman. We expect a full game. And now they're like,
Limpos
Aren't they
says,
gonna?
ethical journalism is what I came for. Sad face. You're in the wrong place.
Aren't they
mate.
gonna announce? Aren't they gonna announce every episode as it becomes available though? Instead.
well, yeah, this is
Wasn't that the
well,
idea?
yeah, but now because they have now said, oh, it's going to be an episodic. You could probably buy a season pass.
But the season pass is only $60, which is as much as the regular one would cost normally.
I'd prefer to
Yeah.
just have Hitman like it was before. Like you just buy the
pay
game
the fucking thing.
and you play it, and then like the last one, they had DLC, which I was kind of annoyed about, but I didn't buy the DLC anyway because I wasn't really impressed with the last Hitman. I didn't find it nearly as fun as the old ones. But,
What was the
I'm
last
still annoyed.
Hitman called?
Was it Blood? No, was it
Blood Money was the one before.
Blood
wasn't it?
Money was the one before.
Last one I played was Hitman
Uh,
Absolution, and that was a while ago.
Actually, that might have been the last one.
I think
Yeah.
the
Actually,
last
no,
one I played
that's
was Codename 47. That was a long time ago.
That might have been actually. What was the one where right at? This is spoilers. Spoilers, by the way, for someone who hasn't played any of the Hitman games.
If you haven't, get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
It was Absolution. That was the last one.
What was the one where right at the end, when the credits were rolling, you could click the button like mad and actually stab your way out of the coffin and shoot your way out of the coffin and then
was at the
shoot
end of
everybody?
That was Blood Money.
Blood Money. Wasn't
That
it?
one. That was the last
Blood
one I
Money.
played.
Yeah,
During the credits, yeah.
yeah, because he had the fake. He took the thing that stopped your heart, and they.
That was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
it was really good though. That one was really good.
'Cause I remember doing that when you were living at your dad's place down the road.
Yeah.
So that would have been what 2007.
Yeah, would have been when I just started working. So yeah, it would have would have been 18, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long time
Long
ago.
time ago.
It was. Yeah.
We're talking 2003,
Was a,
2004, something like that.
Yeah. It was a good.
Yeah,
It was a
maybe
good
before
game,
that.
though.
Actually, probably before that.
I like Hitman 1, like the original Hitman, was probably one of the hardest games I ever played because that was fucking. Once you got to level 3 or 4, when you're at the Dragon restaurant thing, that was fucking hard.
I do
because
remember that was really
unlike the
hard.
others, you couldn't just run and gun your way through and finish the level, whereas the newer ones you can. You can just like, if you fuck
it's
up,
not
you
hard
just
to shoot
start.
everyone.
Yeah, if you fuck up, you just shoot everybody and finish the level. Whereas the first one, you couldn't do that. If you fucked up, you fucked up. Like there was no getting out of it.
You don't.
You were gonna die.
Which, to be fair, I think it probably makes it a better game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like people are getting, or they're catering for. I guess I don't know. I mean, all games seem to be doing that. They seem to be dumbing down, just catering for I don't know what stupid people, I guess. Whereas all the the gamers that have been playing for a long time, everything's just getting easier, which is making it less fun to play.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the reasoning for it. I don't know if it's in the gamer's best.
I mean, they're trying to
interest,
get a new market and whatever and all that bullshit, and they're trying to make it fun for everybody. But you
Well, as-
still have hugely popular games like Dark Souls, which are made to be hard, but they have their
Yeah.
own sort of niche market. But I'm still kind of unimpressed that they have to dumb it down so much that if you fuck up, you don't lose. Like if you fuck up, you should lose.
Yeah. Well, as a tangent, what's your opinion on the change from a numbered health system, so your health starts at 100, goes into 0, to the current trend or current way of doing it,
The cover,
where if you basically
recovery thing.
if you basically get into cover and stop being shot at, your health sort of regenerates, and then you can go back out and start shooting
It
again.
depends. It depends how you feel about realism.
It depends on the game.
I know
too.
that- Probably Reese feels that the getting into cover deal would be better because you die less often.
Mm,
But you and I, Xenon, who like to play games like Armour,
Mm.
think that if you get shot, you're shot. There's no coming back from
There's
that.
no being unshot.
Yes, you don't get to be unshot like in Armour.
Mm.
Well, I like that better too. I mean, like, because CS:GO, your health goes down; it never goes back up. So every time you get
Really?
hit, you lose.
It's not a game where you.
I don't know.
haven't
It
played
doesn't
enough.
regenerate. Battlefield did.
Right.
Battlefield was a game like that where it was more
Mm.
casual. Where if you get hit, as long as you like stopped getting hit, you'd go back to
That's what I
full
think
health,
of.
or you'd
actually.
find a med kit or whatever.
Mm.
But like CS:GO, look, you have 100 health and have much armor. Every time you get hit, it takes health off. It never comes back. So you have to work with what you've got basically, which
Okay.
changes your dynamics. Like shit, I've only got 6 health left. I can't afford to
To go.
to rush somebody.
Yeah.
I need to be backed up or whatever, or I need to be playing support role.
Right.
So,
But when we used to play Battlefield, that was what it was
yeah,
like.
yeah. But Battlefield had the regeneration thing, and I think it worked.
Did it? Or
Yeah,
did you
it
have the?
You did, but if you stood there long enough, even without one, I mean, when you died, you could be rezzed and brought back
Yeah,
to
but
life.
because
you
I
had the
remember running
med
around with a
packs.
medical pack.
Yeah, the med packs would heal you faster, but
Right.
you'd still get
Right,
healed
okay.
slowly if you were out of danger. But I think that worked with Battlefield because it was a very fast-paced game where you died a lot.
It was more arcadey.
Yeah, and there was a lot of people and there was a lot of action, so you kind of needed to be able to escape it and come back rather than having to spawn all the way back and run again. But again, it really depends on the game. I mean, I can understand why it's in Armour because Armour's a realism, and if you want that, then yeah, I like Insurgency as well, which is basically CS:GO but hardcore mode where one hit, one kill,
Yep.
sort of thing.
I did play that a couple of times early on.
I don't mind it.
The way I saw it was basically CS:GO, but
Yeah,
harder.
but hardcore.
But if you got shot, then it was out.
Yeah,
Which
it
I
made it
found
faster.
more appealing, to be honest, than
Yeah.
CS:GO.
Yeah, the only thing that I didn't like about that is there's less. Well, there's not. Well, there are kind of less tactics, but it's much quicker. Like they're very like you've only got one shot, and then like you've got literally, you've only got one shot to execute your tactic. Otherwise, you're fucked.
You
Whereas
won't.
CS:GO, if you lose 1 or 2 people or get hit, then you can sort of regroup and try and do something else and get around it.
There's different strats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Insurgency is kind of like, right, we're going to do this. If that fucks up, we lost. Team crashed.
Yeah, I saw it went very red and then dropped almost down to nothing and then went back up again.
No.
I did set
Sorry, everyone.
the encoding settings a little bit higher than usual, and I think that's what's causing the issues.
You idiot.
But I'd have to stop the stream and then start the stream, and that's about 30 seconds of fucking around.
Do you not know where you live?
They listen to us. They don't look at us.
I know. I set it to 700. Of course. What an idiot I am. I set it back to 650.
You fool.
You fool. 700. It's the
Remember
evil
that
number.
if you miss anything, you can go back and actually rewatch it at
YouTube.com/Xenon3D.
CrunchyRoll /
Yes. CrunchyRoll.com.
I pointed at Keegz and he looked at me and he went,
the
CrunchyRoll.
SoundCloud, right?
Yes, there you go.
The sound.
Xenon bloody picked up on it before you did. I
Well,
wasn't even pointing at him.
he said YouTube. That's not going to help because it crashed. It's going to upload the crash.
Yes.
But I am recording and it will be up on SoundCloud.
I
SoundCloud.
forgot to record, but that's alright. It's going out on the YouTube.
I'm on top of it, Bruss.
Good man.
Keegz is all over it.
He's all over it.
All over it like...
I couldn't think of anything that would be all over.
Yeah, the sticky rissole on carpet. I don't know. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Yes.
Sticky rissoles on carpet. That's what our podcast is about.
So it's it's interesting to note that Hitman was removed from the PlayStation Store and Squeenix cancelled the pre-orders for PlayStation 4. And I think that's the reason. I think the reason for that is because people had pre-ordered it on the basis that it was a full game, and then it said, it come through that they were going to be episodic, and then they're like, nope, fuck that. But so at least, I mean, they did the right thing there.
Square Enix is on a bit of a bad track record at the moment, especially with the latest Deus Ex, with that stupid augment your DLC or whatever.
Augment your stupidity.
Pre-order. That's fucking dumb.
That pissed a lot of people off that I don't understand.
Because you're paying money for nothing. But, well, it's not
Folks, you should go back and listen to our podcast where we explain it in great detail.
Yeah.
Was that the last one we did?
No, it was like ages ago.
Because they end up cancelling it. That's
Was I
how many people hated it. You might have been. I can't remember now.
Probably too drunk to remember.
But that's how many people hated it, is they actually cancelled it.
No, I do remember that one. I'm sure that was the last one we
You were
did.
probably in it.
Yeah, I probably was.
No, it wasn't the last one. We discussed this.
The last one was Christmas.
No, the one before that was Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Well, the last one. Were you on the last one? Or
I was on the last one.
He was on the last one
I'm
and the
pretty sure
Christmas one.
before
Oh, right.
Because we had this discussion last
you're
time.
I'm
you're
becoming
on a hat
a regular.
trick. Yeah, a hat trick now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's because you keep doing them when I'm not working the next day.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's funny that.
See, the time.
So it's slated for launch on PlayStation 4, Windows PC, Xbox One on March the 11th, and the beta will be available on February the 12th on PS4 and February 19th on Windows PC. This has been a public service announcement.
The beta. I might
Brought
try.
to you by Xenon.
I might try and find out how to get into the beta. 'Cause I wouldn't mind trying it.
Look up Hitman Beta in Google and click the first link that comes up.
Yep, I will give that a go. Still waiting for my... Oh, well, actually, no. I got my Doom beta, but I was a day late to actually play it.
So just to give you some more information about what this Hitman game is going to be. So the first part is going to be... it's going to have two areas. I think Paris and... a prologue mission, which doesn't say where it is, but it'll cost $15 US or $10,000 dues. The next DLC or the next episode will be in Italy, and that's in April. Another one will be in Morocco in May, and then from then on they'll deliver regular monthly content updates, including 3 additional locations: Thailand, the US, and Japan. So if you're interested, you're a fool. Wait for the whole game to be released and then pay the money.
Hear that, fools?
Fools.
Apparently, to enter the beta, like every other fucking thing these days, you have
You're
to
a fool.
pre-order.
You have to pre-order. Fuck that.
Hitman from France to
Fucking
Italy,
pre-orders.
Morocco to Thailand, and the United States to Japan.
I just said that.
Pre-orders are
Goddamn.
ruining gaming.
Were you not listening, Keegz?
No,
I wasn't. I was looking at the phone. Sorry.
I was trying to figure out how to get into the beta, and then I realized it's pre-order, and I rage quit. Yes.
Yes, so that's the. I think it's a game that has a storyline that expands on. Or that they're going to expand on with future Hitman games. Having said that, that's all words. That's not. They say they're going to do that, whether or not they actually do that or not.
Words.
Never trust Square Enix. I fucking
Never
hate Square
touch
Enix
the.
now.
Never trust the Squeenix.
Never touch the Squeenix.
Never touch the Squeenix.
Very important.
So do you have anything to add
Right.
on this? Anyone else?
Well, we've got to wait like 30 seconds for anyone.
I'm not talking to chat. I'm talking to YouTube clips.
Oh, no,
I've
not really. I mean, I really want to play it, but
barely been following.
I'm scared now, so I'm going to wait till somebody else plays it and then look at it, and then maybe I'll play it.
Okay. It's the
Even though I'm a
Keegz
huge fan of
patented wait and
Hitman.
see approach.
Basically, yeah, I'm pretty much that way with everything now. It's just not worth it
Yeah,
anymore.
but games these days have gone so belly up that you don't even bother to pre-order things or
They've been
Yeah.
commercialized
Greenlight
too
things
much.
or-
Too much business,
Well,
not enough games.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
That
so.
is the problem. It's like as soon as a industry gets big enough that people realize that there can be serious money made from the management side.
Yeah, I
It
guess
all
so.
gets
It's-
managed
it's
into shit.
been growing in leaps and bounds. That's the problem. And all these people have realised that there's such a huge user base that we can fuck them over.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so we move on.
Yes.
We haven't done any
There's
segues. Should we segue?
I haven't got the shit in front of me to do
Well,
a segue.
yeah,
I
so
couldn't even
what-
come up with one.
I don't know what we're going to. But,
Well, Hitman's not going to be a full game. Hitman's going to be episodic. It's not going to be a full game. You know what else is not a full game? Not Half-Life 3.
That's not going to be any game.
It's not
it's
gonna be any
not
game.
even the games at all.
Was that really a topic?
Yeah.
It's not actually
No.
a topic.
No.
Oh, good.
It's
came
trying-
out of
it's
it.
trying to make up for this thing.
It came out of a joke that was like,
Guess
this
what?
is
Half-Life 3 is still not happening.
still not happening. No.
We're gonna do a podcast in another year, and we're gonna go. Guess what? Half-Life 3 still not happening.
or for some inconsiderable, unamountable way, we are the first ones who know about Half-Life 3.
We're gonna be like,
Gaben rang me
3
today.
years time.
Guess what, everybody?
We've been reporting at every podcast as
Yeah.
not happening.
That's right. Guess what, everybody? Today I got the call from Gaben. It's happening. It's happening. He Snapchatted me. Half-Life 3.
Keegz, I want to let
Snapchatted
you
me
know
the trailer.
first that Half-Life 3.
Snapchatted-
It's a thing.
Keegz, I got some. Well, first it'd be like, Keegz, thanks for the herrings, mate. Guess what?
It's hilarious.
On the strength
Guess
of your
what?
herrings, I
Half-Life
give you
3 is
Half-Life 3.
happening. I love fish. How did you know? Half-Life 3 is a go.
That was the secret
And I'm a
ingredient that was
rapper.
required for Half-Life 3. We needed some herrings.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, back to what the story is actually about.
First scene of Half-Life 3 is Gordon just waking up and like just fishing his way out of all these herrings on a fishing boat, just like, oh god, what's going on here? Like, oh, it's finally happening, Half-Life 3, and he gets out of the boat, walks on the shore. It's like the end.
Gordon is free.
And it was 40 gig,
Yes.
right?
It's
40
awful.
gig download.
All full of music.
Uncompressed. Yeah.
There were solar flares everywhere. Right, it was beautiful.
You mean lens flares?
Yeah, lens flares. That's it. Lens flares everywhere.
Soul face.
Solar flares.
Yeah.
You look at the sun.
And let's see, it'd be 49.5 gig was the opening song that was 2.5 minutes, but it was uncompressed.
2.5
it was
minutes.
in
Made by the same guy that made the Portal song.
yeah, it was 7.1 surround repeated, but they only played it once. And there's one Easter egg, and that's a crowbar that's falling towards the bottom of the ocean. Half-Life 3. There you go. There you go.
It's called it.
You've heard it here first.
Just
folks.
wait.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
That's what Gaiden Snapchatted me.
Perfect.
Anyway, what were you talking about?
poor Richard, what's his fucking name? I've closed the page now. That wasn't smart, was it?
Richard Seabrook.
So we're poor Richard Seabrook and his Half-Life mod. So
It's going to look shit in comparison now.
Richard Seabrook has made a game that has made it into Steam Early Access called Prospekt. Prospek2. It's based on the Half-Life 2 engine, and it's opposing forces for Half-Life 2. If you ever played opposing forces for the original Half-Life, this is basically opposing forces Half-Life 2. It's got the go-ahead from Valve both in terms of a early access. No, sorry, Steam Greenlight, not early access. No. Sorry,
don't want to know about it.
So, Gaiman has given it his blessing. It's basically going to be canon, essentially. Prospekt begins in Nova Prospekt prison in the Half-Life universe. Gordon Freeman is slowly being overrun by soldiers in the prison. However, unknown to him, he's forgotten all allies and managed to find some help from a forgotten hero. The forgotten hero being Adrian, whatever his fucking name is, the guy from Opposing Force.
Cool. $9.
$9 US. That's $170,000 dues at current exchange rates.
Better sell the other shape. Definitely not getting to work now.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about this, it's actually been approved by Valve, and it's only been made by it's entirely made by one person. So one person doing the graphics, the sound, the gameplay, everything. It has. Would you like to hear the list of all the things it has that are interesting? Interesting points about this thing. Substantial, highly polished new addition to the new Half-Life 2 universe, comparable to Half-Life 2 Episode 1 in length, developed by one person, 25-year-old Richard Seabrook. It's official Valve approval for Half-Life 2 license and assets. Standalone PC game using the Source engine, no requirement for Half-Life 2, which means you don't have to have Half-Life 2 in order to play this game. It continues the story of opposing force from Gearbox Software's Borderlands. Gearbox Software update that tells the original Half-Life 2 story from the perspective of the Marines. There's 13 levels.
Gearbox made Opposing Force?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, yes, I did.
Fuck. Too many drinks, Keegz. So there's 13 levels.
Today
one half.
I learned today that the half or the Source engine uses the Havoc physics engine.
I did not know that either, but there you go.
Yeah.
Say that again?
The Source engine uses the Havoc physics engine, which is which is like
old.
Battlefield Hardline uses it.
Really?
Yeah. All of the Half-Life 2s have used it. There's a whole list of them.
Because when Half-Life 2 came out, the whole idea of being able to not just pick something up, but like shift it around in game,
physics puzzles.
Like physics puzzles, like was it Oblivion and Morrowind did it as well.
Yeah, actually,
the whole idea.
Oh, actually, that was the other thing. Oblivion, Morrowind, and Skyrim used all the Havoc.
Oh, the same one. Well, that'd be why.
Yeah.
Being able to pick something up and just move it around in game, rather than click on it and have it suddenly be in your inventory.
So it's very interesting.
It's like Mojo.
Mortal Kombat.
Adrian Shepard was his name.
The newest Assassin's Creed, Dark Souls 2, Far Cry 4 used it.
Yeah. We're not talking about other games here. We're talking about this game.
Anyway, sorry.
It's a substantial graphical update over the original game, including but not limited to new textures, new models, new high resolution combined soldier skins with improved normal mapping, new updated high resolution textures, updated lighting, high resolution. It says high resolution models like 3 times in a fucking row. Particle effects,
higher,
modded.
It's 1080.
Modded HUD, VGUIs, model skin. They return to Zen, apparently. And they have new voice acting, although if it's only developed by one guy, it's going to be by that guy. New music and new AI improvements, such as soldiers attempting to undo players' actions. Hidden Control Z. So that's interesting, isn't it? I might even part with the $40,000 reduce it cost to buy this. Or maybe I'll just Twitter the guy and say, "Could I get a pre-release review copy?"
Give someone to Keegz.
I talked about it on my podcast. Yeah, you will send one to Keegz. And he will send me the key. And it's available in February 2016, so not far away now. Go and look it up at Prospekt Game something. Hang on, projectxsource.com. That can't be right. Prospectgame.com. It was prospectgame.com. I thought it was. So like we said, it's probably the closest we're ever going to get to Half-Life 3.
Well, I don't know about that. This is opposing force. So.
It kind of is, yeah. It's opposing force. Half-Life 2 edition. And that was pretty much it for what I had. Does anyone else have anything they want to add?
No.
Come on, you must be able to think of something.
Come on, Keegz.
What about this?
About
fucking
Prospekt.
shitty mod.
Hey, it's not a shitty mod. It's a fully fledged game. Endorsed by Valve.
No,
Gaben,
fully fledged shitty mod.
Gaben,
Gaben himself has given it his blessing.
That's right. It is holy, therefore, because Gabe, you
I
know.
don't know. I'm
Yeah,
looking at like the screenshots.
I was going to say,
and
you're
stuff,
clicking
and-
through the screenshots. I can hear it.
Yeah, quite madly.
Yeah.
It looks like Half-Life 2,
don't
but
like-
just different.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just another
but he's
another
picking,
episode of
like-
Half-Life 2.
He's picking all like the sort of scenes that I didn't like in Half-Life 2. Like it's all that inside that big towery thing. and it's
Mm.
all-
Not enough explosions.
I like the sort of outsidey suburban area stuff.
I actually like
more
that too,
than these.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Throwing
do,
the cars around with dog.
yeah, I just like the sort of more open stuff. This sort of internal, futuristic looking shit is. I just didn't like it. I found it very.
I found it
cluttered.
quite boring too.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, this is not very appealing. But you never know. I mean, yeah, if they put enough effort into it, could be pretty good. But being that it's also only single player, I'm not that interested.
Well,
Yeah,
you know, at
the
some
only
point in
reason
the
that we went
future.
back to playing Half-Life 1 was because we all played it together.
Yeah.
Or even
Yeah.
Half-Life 2 when we played it together.
Well, yeah, I know what you're about to say, Xenon. That hopefully one time in the future somebody might port it over to Sven or something, or even Synergy.
Synergy Prospekt Edition.
Yeah.
And then we
This
can make
works.
a wildly successful YouTube
Well,
series
the
about
other one worked as well. After Nate Dogg
after a lot
adjusted
of
it.
fucking around, yeah.
And guess what the problem wasn't? Xenon?
What wasn't it?
Hamachi.
Actually, he disabled and turned it off. So
No, we actually put it back on again.
no. I choose to believe it was Hamachi.
It was after I turned it off that it stopped working.
Well, yeah, because you were both on Hamachi. That's why you two could connect
Well,
to it.
if
No one else
everybody
could.
was on Hamachi, everyone would have been able to connect to it.
Well, if everybody had crabs, nobody has crabs. So
No, if everybody's got crabs, then everybody's got crabs.
everybody's still got crabs. Yeah.
But if the crabs assist you in playing games, then
Crabs
Crabs?
never assist anybody. They just make it crotch
Keep
itchy.
fighting.
All right.
But-
Well, Keegz
but they
is-
did assist us.
They
It
didn't
worked.
assist us.
You can't deny that it didn't work.
Crabs assist nobody. Q&A. Anybody has any questions? I'll check my Twitter, but I'm fully
for
expecting.
God's sake, give us some questions so we've got something to talk.
Somebody tweet me something. I've never been tweeted by somebody in the chat before.
Tweet us a picture. Maybe we'll send you a game key for a shitty game.
It's like, here's a free shitty game.
You'll hate it, but we'll get a free picture.
Yeah, so tweet it at us, or if you're sane, you'll just type it into chat because it's right in front of you. We answer all questions about stuff that we've covered
Within 30 seconds.
Yeah. My brain's turned to mush.
Really?
I've had too many drinks.
My brain's turned to scotch.
Turned to scotch. That'd be lovely. You could drink your own brain.
Stick my tongue up my nose, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm going to steal one of these Rogue State keys. 'Cause
Yeah?
I actually want to play Rogue State.
You have to. Do you really?
Yeah, I'm like after watching you
Keegz
guys.
and I played it.
Yeah, after watching you guys play, I'm keen.
we struggled to make it interesting. We really did.
Here we go. Activate a product on Steam. Blah blah blah. Something about the thing. Next. There we go. Activation successful. Bang.
You're gonna have to tell him so that he can take it off the page.
The people will figure it out when they try and activate it and find out it's not there.
And it doesn't work. You're gonna have to stream it now.
I
so
will.
that we can compare how bad it was.
Lampos
We're
asked.
sponsored by CrunchyRoll. I wish we were sponsored by
God,
CrunchyRoll.
I wish we were
Eventually-
sponsored by somebody.
Eventually, if we're lucky, we may be sponsored by CrunchyRoll. Sponsored.
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 You've gone a bit Sean Connery.
I know.
Stealing my
Sean Connery.
fucking chair. Get out of my chair.
Vince even asked about Squad in a tweet a week ago. Did you ask me or did you ask Keegz, Vince? Because I don't remember watching it. How do you know so much about crabs? That's more Keegs's thing. Keegz, how do you know so much about crabs?
Crabs killed my parents. What? I'm on a vengeful mission to take back Crab and Crab Cone.
All the crabs.
Push them back into the ocean where they belong.
Nasty,
What?
nasty crabs. I bought it.
You bought Squad.
No, I bought your
Oh, right.
your
My
explanation about
banter
crabs.
against
Yeah.
Yeah. Crab's been around here too long.
Oh, in case you're wondering, I had a stream of what was a Hitler game, Secret Hitler, but I ended up setting it as unlisted because I went back and listened to it and went, oh my god, this is a clusterfuck in every way. So if you already have a link to it, then you can if you really want to watch it, you can.
But don't judge us on it.
I suggest you don't. It was pretty shit. I think Secret Hitler is good,
properly one day.
but the technical problems caused it to be fucked. So
The problems we had with our shitty internet were the problem.
yeah.
Yeah, we should try. We should test it with Nate Dogg's connection and see if it's better.
Mm.
But the problem is with that game is there's so much
Physics.
happening. There's so much physics that it's got tons of information it has to send to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you all have to have a pretty good connection.
Mm. And none of us do, except for Nate Dogg.
Why wouldn't I like fucking Squad? Because it's so much like fucking on.
I'm going back through my Twitter. I just did a search for the word squad in my Twitter, and it's not in there. Are you sure you tweeted me? I bet you tweeted some guy called Xenon. Intel are looking at the thing and go, what the fuck?
I've seen videos of Squad and I'd give it a go, but you're right. I probably wouldn't.
See,
like
Pug
it.
squares.
Squares.
Pug squares.
How much Scotch have you had?
A bit. Pugs swears by Squad. He loves it.
Yeah.
He thinks it's fantastic. I was thinking of getting it just on his recommendation.
I would try it, but I don't because as people are saying, I probably wouldn't like it. So I don't want to spend that much on it yet. I mean, if it was on special or something, then I'd
Should ask for a review
pick
copy,
it up and
Keegz.
give it a go. That's a review copy. Yes. Yeah.
That's how we get all the games now.
I'm sure, all the shit games.
You could become like Jim Sterling. Like, you get sent all the shit games, like, oh, I'm going to trudge through the shit games.
I was actually thinking as I was putting up all the bloody keys I got, I'm like, I should just do one video and just play all of these
All at once.
all these shit games and see how long I can last in each game.
It's like, this one gets 2 minutes. Nope.
Yeah, I think TV did something similar. He started doing something similar where it was like 5 minutes or less or something. If he wasn't grabbed in 5 minutes, then he'd move on to the next one or something.
You should do like it's kind of like a speed run, where you just just speed running, like, nope, this is shit. Next one.
Just me yelling, physics are broken. Fucking menu doesn't work.
This one doesn't load. Nope.
60 FPS. Nope. Out. Hold F4. Hold F4. 30 FPS. Hold F4. Hold F4. Doesn't support 144 hertz. Hold F4. Hold F4.
You're not going to find many games to play, Keegz.
No. Although, no, most of the games I've played lately, I've been actually surprised that a lot of them have supported 144 hertz.
44.
That's what this monitor is.
144.
Could have bought 4 monitors for the price you paid for that fucking thing.
Well, yeah, probably.
I bought 3.
Yeah, I bought 2.
When we finish this podcast, I'm going to get you to play on my CS:GO Smurf to derank
Try and
me.
blow my mind.
No. Well, you can see what 144 hertz is like, and you can derank me
Because I'm going to suck at it.
because I'm trying to derank.
Cheers,
myself.
buddy. The thing is, I'll be so good at it that it won't be obvious.
Oh, you'll be amazing in the 144 hertz. Yeah, be clicking heads like nothing.
It'd be a massive step up from my 60 frames a second.
Yeah. Oh,
15 minutes of gain. I approve.
Anyway.
We should do that.
Yeah.
We should all get together at your place one night, Keegz, and just go through all the shitty games you've got.
I did
You
play
go
it.
through all these games.
Yeah.
I have it. I think I put it up before. I have a massive
You
list
know,
of games.
you know what we need to replay and film? Remember that surgery game that we played? With
Oh,
the Wii?
Surgery Simulator 2000.
Oh no,
Okay.
not Surgeon
No,
Sim.
no. It's the Japanese one.
Fuck, what was it called?
Oh, you mean that really old one?
It's fairly
No.
old. fuck, what was it called? Yeah.
But you had the Wiimote, and you had to
you had to
do the
what?
surgery with the Wiimote.
Yeah. It was pretty. We got pretty into it. It was pretty good, actually.
We spent probably a couple of weeks of not playing.
Three of them because I watched the Game Grumps play a different one. I'm like, oh, this isn't the same.
Yeah. We watched that one.
Night, Scaff. Thanks for watching.
Night, Scaff.
Huh?
Strala.
Scaff. Hi, buddy.
Strala.
He actually asked me a question on Twitter, but it was the same question you asked me before. How do you get crabs?
How do you get crabs?
Something about crabs. I don't know.
Install Hamachi.
How do you know so much about crabs? Install Hamachi.
Vince just messaged some random dude called Xenon. He's going, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's probably confused as well. Yeah, he probably is.
Send him to the podcast. We'll put him straight.
What were we talking about? Oh, your games, yes.
Through all these. Yeah, we can go through all these fucking games.
You do that. I'm going to take a whiz.
Again?
Yeah, we could do that one day.
The blood of the size of a peanut.
I've got, how many have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We've got 11 so far.
Well, that's, if we do it 5 minutes at a time, that's an amount.
The weird part is they keep sending me like multiple keys. I'm like, I don't want,
Play it. Play it again. Play more.
Yeah, why do I want like 2 keys for this? They sent me 3 keys to Rogue State, which is the only one that I actually played because I'm like, oh, that looks okay. And then like a week later, they sent me an email saying, oh, you played our game on YouTube. Thanks, blah, 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 blah. Would you like to play this one and this one and this one? I'm like, fuck, no.
I didn't like the first one.
Yeah, God. I mean, the Rogue State was okay once. I'm not going to play it again.
Yeah.
Let alone all this other shit you're sending me.
What can you do?
Yeah.
How does one get suspended on Twitter? I have no idea. I haven't been suspended on Twitter.
That should be pretty brutal to get suspended, unless you like delete your account or something.
Let me Google that for you. In fact, I'll copy and paste.
Like, maybe they haven't been active for so long or something that it's slowly deleted their account, or they're using it as a spam filter. Maybe.
In order to maintain a safe environment for users on Twitter, we may suspend. This is Twitter talking. We may suspend accounts that violate the Twitter rules. Common reasons for suspension may include spam, account security at risk, abusive tweets or behaviour, and that's it.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering, I don't know why you asked me that. I'm not an expert on Twitter, but since you asked, I googled it for you, and now you know. We all know. We all learn something today.
You sound like an expert on Twitter.
Well, I can
That's
Google.
all we need.
I can Google.
Tech support.
Yeah, I do tech support for a living, so therefore my Google foo is pretty good.
An expert on Googling.
Yes.
And curse like a sailor.
Entitled, blah, 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 colon.
You can tweet nudity if you like. I did not know that, but okay.
Minus this.
Okay. So, I think that's pretty much it for our shenanigans tonight. Oh, actually, interesting side note. I noticed that our last podcast was actually the longest we'd ever done. It was 2 hours and 41 minutes.
Ooh,
which actually pissed me off a little bit because the Co-optional podcast, which often goes much longer than that, but their latest podcast, the one not the most recent one, but the one before that, was 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Oh,
I'm like, we can't even outdo the Co-optional podcast once.
They have more people on though. They have 4 people,
That's true. We need more people.
and they do it in the mornings where we do it late at night.
That's true. We there was talk about us doing this on podcast on a Sunday morning to sort of better suit the
Who wants to do that when they're not getting paid for it though?
Well, you know.
However, if
Crunchyroll's calling.
You been playing any games this week, Xenon?
But
Oh,
before
yeah,
tonight, I
games.
had never heard of CrunchyRoll.
Really?
Not once.
You need to
Never.
watch more Co-optional podcasts. They're sponsored almost every fucking
Really?
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're around everywhere. Like a lot of
Game.
podcasts I listen to.
Crunchyroll,
yeah,
Game
sponsored by
Grumps is
Crunchyroll.
sponsored by Crunchyroll as well.
Actually, the Tested
Yes.
podcast at one stage was sponsored by Crunchyroll, I think, as well. This is where I heard
It's
first
either
of them.
Crunchyroll or Audible. There's pretty much
The big ones.
Every podcast.
Or
that-
what's that one you were talking about before? The website building thing, Squarespace.
Oh, it's
I
great.
find them fucking
Squarespace, that's the one
everywhere.
I know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 hours 40 minutes of ASMR.
What's ASMR?
auto sensory something response. I can't remember the M one.
A
but,
stupid mega rocket.
I listen to ASMR nearly every night.
I have no idea what
before I go to bed.
I invented it.
It's just like certain voices, certain sounds like tapping or just certain sounds that give you like a tingly feeling. Have you ever had that in your life where you've heard, like, if you're getting a head massage or something, you get that
When I
little
watch
tingly
certain
feeling?
animes, it happens.
Not down below.
Very certain animes.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I know. So some people get it, some people don't. But yeah, I listen to a lot of ASMR.
I don't think I have, but okay. I was going to
Puts me
say
to sleep in
something.
about 5 minutes.
Oh, we were trying to get someone else to be on the podcast, but I kind of messaged her a little bit too late, so it didn't end up eventuating. But maybe next week, maybe. Fingers crossed.
Maybe.
Can we talk about scrap mechanic?
Oh yeah, but
Anyone else?
that's
there?
right.
Really
Games we
interesting.
were playing this week. Keegz, you can start off.
I have
Cheers, go.
No, I have a couple actually. I played.
Same guys who plays every week.
I played That Dragon Cancer.
Oh, you fucker! I don't want to hear about it.
It
What were
was
you talking about that last time?
It was
What that?
crap.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was crap. Yeah.
I read a review where
I
someone
was
said
not-
they cried and had to stop playing halfway through.
I was not impressed at all. I mean, like I like sad games. I like deep and whatever games. But this one was like, yeah, it was sad. I get that, but it was too personal. Like, it wasn't a game. It was somebody's diary, basically.
Mm.
And they just sort of threw some game elements into it. Like, you'd be sort of walking through, you're walking through a forest or whatever, and you're finding like key things, and they'd start talking more about the story or whatever about about this kid who's dying of cancer. And then you get to a hospital, and then randomly you're in a go-kart race. You're like, what the fuck is going on? It's like they just threw it in to make it a game.
Wow.
They just added these weird elements just to try and make it more of a game.
Can't
Okay.
see it on the podcast, but this is my what the fuck face.
Yeah, he's got a what the fuck face going. But yeah, I didn't like it, and I usually like those sort of games that are quite emotional. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, because I even kickstarted. I was all for it. I'm like, yeah, no, I like the idea of this, and I feel bad for everything that happened to them, and I want to see what it turns out like. And yeah, then I played it. I'm like, well, this isn't very good. This is $20 and definitely not worth $20. This is just somebody reading a story with somewhat average gameplay tacked on the back of it.
Wow.
Turns
Yeah,
out,
it's pretty brutal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a nice, it's a lovely idea. It's about a man and his family going through the death of a young child who was basically born with cancer.
oh my god, Keegz spoilers. Wait a minute.
Um,
I'll put up the
no,
spoiler
no.
image. There we go.
it's not a spoiler. They
You just
say
told him that
in
it died
the-
at the end.
If
You've only got to read the news about it.
it died.
It says.
It died.
That's why he made the game.
His son died halfway through development. Like, it was part of the thing.
Gotta always put up a spoiler.
I
Someone
know.
will complain.
Complain away.
Yeah. But they
Send their complaints to our
they-
complaint division, the email.
they talk about it at the beginning anyway. But I wasn't very impressed.
Okay.
I found this a bit too personal.
Turns out Keegz is not
But
a fan
anyway.
of cancer.
You-
I don't think anybody's a fan of cancer. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing Just Cause 3.
Goes to pro cancer rallies.
So
Pro cancer rally.
cancer gets a bad rap.
rap.
We should all support cancer. No, that's
Down with
wrong.
chemo, up with cancer.
AIDS for everybody.
Share it around.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
god. Okay. So you're also playing Just Cause 3.
Yeah,
Have you?
I've
Did
been
you
playing
fix the
through-
problem with the
I did.
missing?
I wish he hadn't, because it was fantastic.
I think it was better without it. In case you're wondering, did you stream that, Keegz?
I did.
He
I
did a couple
Yeah.
of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out Keegz' YouTube channel where
Um,
he was
streaming
playing.
Just Cause.
Before he fixed it, the textures were all like half missing, like
with-
bits of it were missing.
Yeah.
It was actually.
Well, I didn't fix it. They just updated it. And
Oh,
fixed
okay.
it.
Oh, is that what fixed it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like a graphical issue.
I think it was just an AMD issue, and they fixed it. But now
Oh,
it's,
it was an AMD issue. If
fine
only it had a decent
Fucking AMD.
the thing about Just Cause though is like it's actually a pretty shit game when it comes to like storyline and
Oh yeah,
and just-
absolutely. But it's
and-
all about just blowing
Yeah,
shit up
it's-
and
it's-
attaching cows to helicopters and
yeah. It's such a good winding down game
Yeah.
where you can just like you just play it and you don't have to think. It's like watching an action movie. You don't have to think about anything. You just
Yeah.
run around and blow everything up. But some of the best parts of it is not even playing, is just fucking around with the environment. Like I tied two cars together, like front to back,
Yeah.
and just jumped on top of one of them and just followed them for about half an hour, watching them try to do their daily activities while they're tied together. It was hilarious.
I've watched.
No, I didn't. No.
I've watched a bunch of videos of Total Biscuit trying to use those little rocket, the hand rocket things you can attach to shit. I think he tried
Mine
to
glitched out.
run a car into a statue, because one of the things you had to do was destroy the statue.
Yeah.
And so he lined this car up and he could not fucking get it. In the end, he just he attached the rockets, but he also attached a rope to it so to make sure it actually hit it, and then eventually got
where I
it.
wanted to go.
Yeah.
See, I am experiencing one glitch, which means that like once I've finished playing the storyline, I'm probably gonna have to start again, because somewhere at the beginning you get those sticky things, and I must have like exited halfway through the mission or something, because ever since then I now no longer have access to those. So like the whole game, I don't have the sticky bombs or the rockets or anything like that, because somewhere when I started, I must have exited and the game hadn't picked up that I hadn't finished a mission or something. So I don't have those anymore. Like they're like a mission pickup that I don't have. So I've played the whole game without any of the main things that you're meant to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I keep getting all these upgrades for them, but I don't have them. I'm like, cool, sweet. Now I can turn them into rockets and they explode. That's awesome if I had them. So once I finish the actual storyline, I'll probably just start the game again and just run through it and play with those. Just fuck around with the environment.
Cool. Yeah. Fotis, what has you been playing this week?
I've been racking my brains for the last 10 minutes whilst Reese has been talking, and honestly, I can't really think of anything.
You played the mechanic thing, the scrap mechanic.
No, I never played it.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
didn't
buy it.
No, you didn't buy it.
Xenon bought it, and he did a stream of it, and he failed to mention to me when he started the stream. So I didn't even get to see it.
I only just caught the end of it as well. I was at
Yeah.
work and I just caught the end of
Well,
it.
the good thing
I
about
was
YouTube is
in
you can
bed.
go back and watch it.
Yeah, I could go back and watch it, but then I can't interact with the people that are actually watching it.
You can write shit in the,
Kind
in the
Defies
comments.
The point. Yeah, it's not the same.
It reads comments.
I read the comments of the podcast when we're doing the podcast
Yeah.
and talk to those people. But if I'm not actually doing it live, then I'm not really going to bother. We played, what was it called last night? The Half-Life 1 thing?
Spin.
Sven Cobb.
Sven Co-op, yeah. That was good fun. We had a laugh. Ran around finding the hidden areas.
I didn't have as much fun with
Fucking-
Sven Co-op as we had with the Synergy mod.
With Half-Life 2, no. I think it's just, I don't know whether it's not a game that is more suited to multiplayer gaming, because it's very one-dimensional, one direction.
The Half-Life 1 engine probably doesn't really
Mm.
doesn't really work very well. With
There's
that
more, there's more sort of picking stuff up and throwing at each other
Yeah.
in the
Half-Life
Half-Life
2
2
was
one,
actually
Yeah, a lot more
physics in
physics,
Half-Life. Yeah,
which
and-
is what
and-
which is what I think we had the most fun with.
Yeah, and it was more open in Half-Life 2, whereas Half-Life
Yeah.
1 is very enclosed. and
Yeah, it's very
straight
linear,
lines.
isn't it?
But it's good if you want to run through the story as a group.
The problem I
The
had,
trouble is that
fucking
the
Fotis
group
kept
we
running
have
ahead of
doesn't.
me and fucking stealing all the shotguns.
Yeah, no shit. Because if I didn't, some other fucker would.
Well, I
You
could
can
have.
play the
Yeah, exactly. And then I would have ended up with no shotgun. So
Well, you had a
we
shotgun
can play
already.
the actual
yeah,
we can
damn
play
right.
the actual Sven Co-op missions because they're actually pretty good. I remember playing them ages ago, like fucking way back when I was in high school. Because they have their own sort of campaign as well. That
Okay.
they
Oh,
made.
okay, they do.
But most of them are more like arena sort of things where you sort of go through like you end up in a big place and you just got to battle big monsters all together. It's kind of like Serious Sam actually, just in Half-Life.
Oh, okay. Serious Sam, that was a long time ago.
Vince even asks if we played Her Story. I haven't played it, but I think Keegz maybe.
I haven't played it. I was thinking about it, but it's something that you probably want to do as a group, sitting down together.
Really?
It's the one where that's
the
woman.
Yeah. You got to put the story together of all the different video clips and stuff.
Well, that'd be interesting for if we all had a say in what it was that we were.
Well, it's kind of like that though, because you've got to watch all the videos and then sort of you tag them, and then you got to try and piece the story together with the videos. So,
yeah. I watched Nick Boy from Good Game play it.
Oh yeah, I watched Jesse Cox play it.
Oh, you already know all the answers then.
Well, I only watched the first part of it, and then I sort of stopped watching because
trust me, we don't know the answers.
Yeah, I don't think it's pretty hard, and it takes a long time though, which is the other reason I didn't really look at it yet.
Okay.
We could play it though.
Yeah, we could give it a go.
If there is one person on the chat that wants us to play it, we'll give it a go.
What's that? Somebody wants us to play it?
We only need one.
We could be crime solvers.
This is for that one person in chat.
That's right.
Notice
I said bye.
Have you played anything else?
Have I played anything else?
That's what I said.
That's what I repeated. Not really. There was a game that I bought the other day that I can't remember what it was called. I don't think I played it at all.
You're not in front of your computer to find out?
That's exactly right. Normally I would be frantically searching through the library of Steam to go, what the hell have I installed recently? But as it is, I'm staring at all of the games that Reese has not updated.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody...
There are a lot of them.
Maybe somebody could go onto your profile and find out what it is.
I don't know if someone can find it. Go nuts.
I'm looking at what you played. You played Tabletop Simulator, Sven, and Spin Tires.
If the last game that I played was Spin Tires, then I haven't played anything recently.
Games. This is a list of all the games you played in order.
The Tabletop Simulator thing was a farce in the end. It was.
I think Punch Club.
Kind of was.
Punch Club. Oh yeah, I played the crap out of Punch Club.
I watched Jesse Cox play it on a stream.
If you've ever played, what's the one where you your own game design studio?
Oh, Game Dev Tycoon.
Game Dev Tycoon. It's essentially that, except you are a fighter, and you go into fight clubs and you bout for money. It's kind of a cross between The Sims, where you've got to try and keep your guy happy and you've got to try and keep him fed and try and make enough money to sort of live and buy food. But you've also got to keep your stats up. So you've got these stats. One of them's strength, one of them's agility, and one is... What's the third one? Strength, agility, and... was it speed? Something like
Cunning.
that. Yeah, something like that. And so you've got to work on all of these different skills throughout the day. And at the end of each day, they drop by however much. And there's a whole skill tree you've got to work through. And so every couple of days there's a bout you've got to fight. And you've got to have your skills up enough to actually beat the next best guy. It was quite fun. I enjoyed it. I played it for probably 2 days straight, and then it's one of those things where you just stop and forget about it.
Well, one of the things that people were saying is that the first probably 2 to 3 hours is 95% of the game. After the first 2 hours, it's the same thing over and over and over, just trying to get your stats up.
Well,
and grinding.
It's not even that. It's that the difficulty curve goes up after 2 or 3 hours. It goes up phenomenally. Like I got to a point where I couldn't train hard enough each day
while keeping your guy alive.
Yeah, while keeping the guy alive and stopping the stats from dropping further than I could train them at the end of each day. So in the end, I just stopped.
Performance enhancing drugs. That's what you need.
Well, there is actually an option for that. If you go into the shop and talk to the guy about the magical
the
magical potion that gives you extra strength.
But
I never did it. Maybe I should go and do that.
Give it a go.
Yeah, if I had good enough internet, I'd stream it. But
alas, we live in Australia.
Alas, we live in the damn.
I can see why it got a name for itself, because it's the same publisher that did Speedrunners and Party Hard.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's not a bad game. Like it was probably worth the $25 redos that I paid for it.
Did you actually play
$9.99.
$25 redos?
Oh, I can't remember how much it was. It was $9.99 US, which is probably about
400,000.
$17 or $18 redos. Yeah. But it
Still
gave
not
me.
cheap.
It was probably 2 days worth of casual gaming, so it wasn't too bad. I might even go back to it one day.
Coolio
Yeah.
bananas. I watched
But
Jesse Cox
literally
play it,
apart
and I
from
was
that,
like,
I've played nothing.
okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was that interesting, but
He's deleting medieval engineers.
Yep.
He's angrily clicking the delete button for medieval engineers.
did you actually delete it, or did you just
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Well,
Clearly we're not gonna
until
play
it
that again
fucking-
anytime
until
soon.
they fix the multiplayer. isn't it?
Well, hang on. Did you uninstall it, or have you deleted it?
No, he's
No, I
uninstalled it.
installed
I was gonna say
It's
your
just
proper
deleted.
Steam delete. Fucking hell, that's you
There's no reason for that.
you paid cash money for that.
If he was never going to play it again, don't do it.
I'm hovering over Arma 3.
Yeah,
We'll play that next week, Keegz.
yeah.
We've got to
You
save
have to
Private
reinstall it.
Alan.
Let's play gang. Let's play gang base.
The trouble is, it's only local multiplayer.
Yeah, another time when you guys are here, we'll have to play it.
Oh.
Because
Yeah,
they've updated the shit out of it now.
Is it?
How often are we
We do it
like all
tomorrow.
in one place though?
Well, right now, Keegz and I are in exactly the same.
Well, yeah, okay, you two are. That's 2 out of
You know,
3.
Australia Day tomorrow, we can come around and play it.
Well, except that I have a family and commitments and a car and
Well,
mortgage.
whose stupid fault is that?
You're right. I shouldn't have bought a house
Damn right.
because I might need to go Keegz on
See,
Australia
me?
Day.
I've got no house, and here I am hanging out with Keegz.
Got a free
I'll be
shed
here
in
on
Sydney.
Australia Day tomorrow. Who's the happy one?
You're right.
He's just got a message he's not answering.
What have I been playing this week, Xenon? I'm glad you asked, Xenon.
Oh, Xenon, what have you been playing this week? Is it
I'm
anything
glad you
I hope
asked,
so,
Bonus.
because we've still got about 20 minutes to cover.
Why do we have 20 minutes to cover?
I don't know, you like your streams to go on for a long time. So.
Well, hour and a half is generally
It's been
what-
2
where
hours.
exactly, an hour and a half is generally the sweet spot, so we're running over time at the moment.
Is it?
Well, that's what we decided on a while back, but I don't think
Normally
we're
I'm busted for a pee for the 4th time before we're finished.
tiny bladder. Let's look
Don't give me that.
Let's look at my thing from this week.
How many games I need to finish?
Look at my activity log.
Fuck
Oh, come on, Rust was awesome.
off, Rust is terrible.
Fotis loves Rust and thinks we had an
I
amazing
had an
time.
awesome time playing Rust.
Everybody else hated it.
If only everybody would play these games with me every time that I wanted to play them, we would have an awesome time.
No, King's Skirts, that was shit.
Okay, so things I've been playing this week. I've played Deus Ex Revision, but that's mostly for stuff that for my channel. I played City Skylines. I fired it up again this week. Not anything in relation to the
Really?
new update that's coming up. But I wanted to play some city building stuff, so I sat down and actually made a map, which I've never done before, which that was fun. I actually spent more time making the map than I did actually playing the game. So
It's very much like remember before Spore came out?
yeah, we played the
crap out of the
character
creature
simulator.
creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
And then
more-
when the game came out, everybody went, "Oh Jesus!"
This is a shit game. We had awesome fun with the character, the creature.
Yeah,
creature
played it for
creator.
ages.
Give this a go another day.
Planet Explorers.
We
well,
did.
it's another one of those games that we need to. That has probably been updated a bunch of times now. But when we played it the first time, was very average.
Well, we
Yeah.
thought that about Tabletop Simulator. It was still janky as fuck.
Yeah, but we own Planet Explorers already, so
Well, we own
whatever
Tabletop
updates
Simulator
have been
already.
done. Yeah, but the updates that have been done were shit.
We can't even play Uno.
Who knows?
It's true.
I'd like to see you play Snap. At 2 frames a second.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Was it?
2 years ago. It's fucking...
Thing is, there's games like that, like what's the king? The one that Rob has played, where he's the king of the
Reign of Kings.
Reign of Kings. We can play that.
I don't know.
That's been updated a bunch of times as well. So we're kind of hijacking your what games have I
Yeah,
played?
get the
Xenon.
fuck off my games.
Yeah.
Games things that I've
So-
played.
You
Sorry,
talk.
We played some Sven co-op last night, and I tried to stream it, but it didn't really work. We had more technical issues thanks to Australian internet. Obviously Rocket League, which is what I've played more than everything else combined for the last 2 weeks. Arma 3, obviously, and most importantly, I played Scrap Mechanic, which is a physics-based sandbox game where you build shit, and it was fun. I had a great time. You should check out my video of Scrap Mechanic. It's only got 300 views at the moment, and I think it deserves a lot more.
I think it deserves a lot more as well.
I
haven't watched it, but
well,
you could be 301.
You could be the 301st. Yeah, so check out Scrap Mechanic. It's I built 3 things. As a spoiler, I'm not going to tell you what they are. No, I'm not going to tell you what they are. You have to go and watch my video, and then you will know. But there are 3 interesting things. I even parked a car on his nose.
I bet I could have made them better.
That was fun. I don't know. My last creation had a lot of wheels. A lot of wheels.
I saw the
Actually,
last one.
Nate Dogg was talking to us earlier. He was saying that he's been building he bought it as well.
Yeah, I saw him play
He's
it.
been building a truck. Yeah. What was the? Oh yeah,
He doesn't know how to take fucking
kind of sideways.
landscape pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a truck with a trailer.
Did he post a photo?
Kind of a tandem. Yeah, it's a bunch of photos, but they're all sideways.
It's even got up and down ramps.
What did he do? Get his phone and take a photo of it?
I think he did.
I don't know what he's done.
It looks
but
exactly. It's exactly what he's done.
Yeah.
He's taken a photo in portrait of a landscape monitor.
like
And
old
it's
people
sideways.
do.
What an asshole.
So if he ever watches this, fuck you, Nate Dogg. Yeah,
At some
Pug-
point-
the first thing Pug says was, "Those photos annoy me more than they should."
Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm playing this week. Rocket League, Sven, Arma 3, Scrap Mechanic, Tabletop Simulator, where we played. What did we play? What did we try to play? Secret Hitler. And
Secret Hitler.
City Skylines and Deus Ex Revision. Also played Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, but that was before. I think I talked about it last podcast, so no need to cover that again.
I had a question.
Question?
What was what? Repeat the games that you said you just played.
Rocket League, Sven Co-op,
Yeah, no.
Arma 3,
No.
Scrap Mechanic,
No.
Tabletop Sim,
No.
City Skyline,
No.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Yes.
Get there eventually.
We got there.
How far through that are you?
I actually sat down and thought about this the other day. I think I'm about. Hang on, let me pull up my raw video.
'Cause I remember playing the original one.
Well,
And I watched a couple of your videos of the renewed one, but after about the 3rd episode, I was lost. I hadn't played it that far, or I hadn't remembered playing it that far.
right.
When I played the original.
So I'm in the catacomb where I've recorded up to at the moment. I'm in the catacombs beneath Paris. Les Catacombs de Paris. And I've just released a couple of hostages that were being held in one of the bunkers. And I'm just about to talk to, I think, Chad, who's going to give me the whereabouts of someone, Beth DeClaire. No, what's the Beth's daughter, Nicolette DeClaire. He's going to give me her whereabouts so I can go and talk to her because the guy, Daedalus, wants to know where she is or wants some information out of her. I can't really remember why. And I think I'm probably about, I had a guess, maybe somewhere between halfway and 2/3 of the way through, at a guess. It's difficult to tell because I remember the first probably third really, really well. I don't remember the rest of it very well. Like I remember how to go through.
The trouble is, I don't
remember
anything about what you're talking about.
You
Not at all.
You need to play it hundreds of times, like I have.
I think I kind of played it once and watched you play it right through once when we were very young, and then now I just can't remember anything about it.
Yeah, I reckon I've played.
I remember I watched the first couple episodes of the one you were playing, the remake, and I remembered all of that, but since then I've just been lost.
Well, I'm adding to my flare collection. In fact, I've found out there's a limit to how many things you can have in a single, because when you pick up something and you've got more than one of them, they tend to stack. Not everything stacks, but a lot of things stack. So I was collecting flares just because I could. Found out that there's a limit to how many things you can have that stack. It's 50. So
50 flares.
my flare collection is capped at 50, and I'm a bit pissed about it because I wanted to collect hundreds and hundreds of flares, but I can't.
Oh,
So I'm sad about
can't
that.
you can't stack them in more than one inventory?
No, you can't. I thought you could, but like when you try and pick them up, it won't let you.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so now whenever I find a flare, I let one off, like pouring one out for my dead homies.
So you've always got 50 flares.
Yeah, always a 50
Just in
flares, just in case. You never
know
know.
when you're gonna need 50 flares.
I think right at the end, I'm gonna let off a bunch of flares, like all 50 of them, and just like spray them, like make it rain. Flares everywhere. You know, my Secret Hitler stream, which is hidden, has more views than my Scrap Mechanic stream, which was much better.
Yeah, that's the way the fucking internet works. I tell
Fucking
you
hell,
what.
internet. Jesus.
It's the videos you hate to get the most
The-
fucking views.
the complete shit fight videos,
Yeah,
like
like Armour 3.
the
Get
ones
all
where
the views.
we've got even Brown Guy really didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
They're the ones that get the views.
God damn it. And Secret Hitler was
actually,
yeah.
I had my first real YouTube issue the other day. That Tharsis stream that
Oh,
I
yeah.
put up. I watched it back a couple of days later. I'm like, why is the sound so fucked up? And I know I had a couple of issues in the stream,
Right.
but the sound was just really out, like 2 or 3 minutes out. I'm like, what the
Oh,
fuck's
shit.
going on? And I finally got around to looking at my emails. I must have got them while I was streaming. I had 3 content ID grabs because of the music in the game.
Oh.
So,
Yes, Jesse
yeah.
Cox said something
So
about
they-
that, and he had to actually turn off the music
Yeah.
in his thing. So they actually emailed you
Yeah.
while you were streaming.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize at the time because I didn't have my email.
But yeah, you
open,
did.
But yeah,
They did.
but that'd be why my sound is all kinds of fucked up. So I'm probably gonna unlist that one.
Interesting.
Yeah, it completely fucked up the video because the sound is so retardedly out that yeah, you can't. It's pretty much unwatchable. So might
Well, fuck. Thanks.
Now
So
all the time, Race.
So I will probably do another stream of that with the music off.
I'm actually keen to
And-
play Tharsis.
It's not bad.
It,
It's very.
I've watched a couple of
very,
streams, but
very RNG and quite frustrating, but it's not a bad thing.
the bit that I like, the mechanic that pulled me in, is the fact that when you spoil. Oh, hang on, I'll put spoilers on. It's not really a spoiler, but just in case.
Just because you can eat people.
Yeah, the fact that you can cannibalize people. That when you eat people, that when you're rolling the dice for them, they go red.
You get the blood dice.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, red blood dice.
Yeah, makes it feel like I'm making a difference.
End of spoiler. Cool. Well,
Oh
if,
wait, it's also been blocked in some countries.
Germany probably. Everything's blocked in
Uh,
Germany.
Yeah, everything's blocked. Oh, Russia.
Oh, Russia. Wouldn't think they cared, but there you go.
Oh no, Russia have a really weird policy with theirs.
I know Germany has a really weird, like pretty much everything is blocked by default, and only certain things are allowed through. I was talking to a guy who lives in Germany about it, and he's like, "Yeah, we don't get a lot of shit over here."
Yeah, well, with Russia, because I'm pretty sure it's Russia. Russia have their own. Who was I talking?
You may have actually been talking to me about it. I maybe mistaken this
Yeah,
for
no,
Germany.
yeah. I think I was talking to you about it. Yeah,
Mm.
the Russia have their own. They have like a music group, like a government.
No, yeah, it was us talking
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
'Cause
have.
it's APRA in Australia,
Yeah, they have one. It's called like CES or
Yeah,
something in
and
Russia.
you have to pay them
to be able
to be able
listen.
to play
to
any
play
any
their
kind of
music.
music
Yeah.
in Russia.
So
Jesus.
if you're outside of Russia, if you're an American artist and you want your music to be played in Russia, you have to pay this group the rights to play your song in
Your
their
song
country.
in Russia. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
In Russia, people charge you for music.
Yeah, and then they do the same thing with the export. If you're in Russia and you want your song played around the world, you have to pay them the rights. So basically, your song
Man,
is owned by the Russian government
That's
to
fucking
be able
double.
to play it outside of Russia.
Goddamn double dipping.
In Soviet Russia, your rights belong to Russia.
Yeah, you're in Russia.
Russian music owns
Your
you.
music, your
Yeah.
music is the government music.
Your music owns you.
Well, that's interesting. I did not know that. Well, I think we can probably meander to a close, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Wind this up.
I'm actually sad about that because I spent a lot of time on that picture. I really like that picture.
The fastest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Which picture?
You can't see it,
It's
you're not
gone
sitting
now,
here.
but yeah.
Well-
I will use the same picture for the next one. So it'll be fun.
Oh, sad face.
Darts is the dice rolling game.
Yeah, I know what the game is. I don't know what the picture was.
You'll have to wait and see, won't you?
Well, you could upload it. I could click on it and then show everyone at home.
Oh, so I'm going to have to wait.
I just
see your bloody...
unlisted it.
Yeah.
Oh, what? No, fuck it. Whatever. Oh, actually, I can probably send it to you.
You probably can. I have the ability to click on links.
The next podcast, Xenon.
No.
Remember the last one I showed you a photo of the Hertz
Yes, the car park.
the yard at the back?
I mean the undisclosed car park for
Yes,
a
the
company
weird-
that we do not know who you work for.
Yeah. But I sent you that photo that was empty, right?
Yeah.
Next time I'm going to send you a photo
Of it being
it full and show you just how many bloody cars there are in there.
Ooh, it'll be exciting. I imagine it'll look like a car park.
It will look exactly like a car park with a fuck ton of cars in it. We had 120 come back today and 180 coming back tomorrow. So
That's a
I
lot
can't
of
remember
cars.
why I sent you that photo last time, but
I think we were
Probably blow
talking about... I don't know. We'll go back and look at the podcast and we'll find out.
I guess so.
Does anybody in
Well,
the chat have any more questions before we wrap this shit up? Because you've got about 40 seconds, so type fast.
And that's going to be it.
That'll be it. It'll be ever.
Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Wait a minute, everyone, shut up. I have the perfect music. There we go. You guys can't hear it, but it's playing.
Yeah,
That's
you're
lovely.
right, I can't fucking hear it.
Well, maybe we can listen to the podcast afterwards, and you go, "Oh, that's what the
helping
music
me
was."
at all.
It's not going to be on the SoundCloud podcast.
No, it won't either.
It's just going to be us sitting here going, oh yeah.
This is specialty.
music, eh?
This is specialty content just for the
live
just
viewers,
for the
yeah.
live viewers.
Yes, it's a live excuse.
So if you weren't here live, then bad luck. You should have been here live. Be
That's
here
right.
live for the next one to find out what the music actually was.
See, people listening to this after it's finished live are just going to get smacked with ID content in the video behind it right now.
I was actually thinking about that. It's like, I wonder if it will get ID content. But the good thing about YouTube now is you can actually check to see if music is content ID'd. And if it's not,
If
you're
you
like,
upload it.
go to town.
Yeah.
They actually do a search for songs. And I think I've actually searched for this one before so I can use it. I'm not saying it's free to
I'm
use, but
interested to find out what it is.
You can use it on
I've already
YouTube.
told you, we've had this conversation before.
We probably have, but I was drunk then and I'm drunk now. I mean, who remembers that shit?
Hey, no one got time for remembering that.
I remember what I did yesterday, let alone bloody what happened 2 weeks ago.
Dicks.
Dicks.
No, I don't think so.
Thanks, right,
I don't
KRS.
remember dicks happening. I'm
The
sorry,
dicks.
whatever I remembered.
All the dicks.
All of the dicks. Big bags of them. Bags and bags of dicks.
Big bags of dicks. Okay, well, I'm going to take that to mean that nobody has any questions, which is usually the way it goes.
Certainly not ones about dicks.
Oh, there's the picture you were talking about. Can I show this on stream?
Yeah, go for it.
Hang on, let me download it first. Ba-dong. Here you go. Bong. You love using that face.
I like his face.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's Keegz orgasm face.
If I'd known more about the game after I'd played it, I would have put some bits of meat on there. Actually, I could probably
If it's a human meat.
a bit of bits of meat on there. It's like
Yeah.
floating fleshy buttocks.
You got to put some dice in there somewhere.
Yeah, and dice too.
Okay, well, thanks for Thanks for listening, everybody.
Under the water.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Check out our details in the doobly-doo. Thanks to TrueKey for our intro and outro music. Check him out on soundcloud.com/TrueKey. What else should we do? Keegz YouTube, keegzgaming.com. Check out our Twitters. They're at the bottom of the screen. Check out my blog. I haven't updated it for ages. Google Plus. I don't check it. SoundCloud. We upload to SoundCloud. When do you normally upload to SoundCloud? Is it a day after? A couple of days after?
Usually a day after.
Day after.
I mean, it might be a little bit late now, considering that tomorrow is a public holiday. But no, I should,
We're gonna be drinking.
A public
I
drinking
should still be able to
holiday.
get some time.
Check out our Reddit. I haven't checked it for ages, but I'm sure Keegz has been keeping it up to date.
Yep.
Australia Day Tuesday, Chakasiki Monday.
Chakasiki Monday for Australia Day Tuesday. Thanks very much for watching, and we shall see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
In about 2 weeks probably. Bye bye.
Bye.